Hi, and welcome to Underground. And I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. How about you, Andre?
Oh, yeah, my belly's
Adrian?
a little full.
I can't
I mean,
remember your
fuller
name.
than normal. You know, the thing I like about Thanksgiving is, as an American, finally being able to eat enough, you know, without being ashamed of it. The one day I can eat shame-free.
There you go. And I also heard it's your birthday today. I think I
Yeah.
mentioned that several times today, but
Yeah,
I want to make
thank
sure
you. I shoulda-
everybody
I shoulda
knows
kept
it's
my mouth
Adrian's birthday.
Yes.
Yep, there we go.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
So,
Yeah, it is. I wish I would have not mentioned that earlier, but,
no, I'm glad you did.
well, I appreciate it. It's just one of those things. It just feels like awkward, you know.
Yeah. Well, we got you some big surprise for later.
Chris and the cake.
Yep, Chris coming out of a cake. Our camera guy.
You guys.
So anyways, this week is our telethon. We're running a 3-day telethon, and that's to promote FVTV and let the community know where FVTV stands and what our livelihood looks like, or our future. And so we got several guests. We're just going to run with the crew tonight and just kind of introduce each one of the crew members, and just kind of keep it in-house tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, and topics that people want to call in with.
Yeah.
You know, still doing live calls, 693-7544 if anyone has anything.
Yep. And what's the website?
I see a fire. FVTV11.org.
.org.
Someone want to put that fire out quick?
Oh, here we go. We got a birthday.
You guys are
Birthday
awesome.
cake. I don't think there's enough candles on there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there may be a multiple, you know. I know I always try and finish what's in front of me on the show, but I'm not going to attempt that with the cake. I'll make my level best on the beer, but I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this cake. But thank you guys. Thank you, everyone.
You're so welcome. Well,
You
who's
guys
going
are
to sing
awesome.
happy birthday? Who's going to lead us?
I don't know.
Chris? Chris has a phenomenal voice. He's
Yeah,
been
that's what I hear.
singing
It sounds good in the shower.
All right, guys, y'all want to sing it? Join us? Well, it looks like we might be the only ones singing.
It's okay. I don't need it to be sung.
Okay, I guess I'll sing to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Adrian. Happy birthday to you.
I'm just glad they're not those trick candles.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
So, you want to tell us your age?
38.
38?
Yeah.
A young 38.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, no gray hair and nothing, you know, no kids, so that helps.
So, did you have your dinner tonight? Your birthday
Yeah.
dinner? How'd that go?
It went good. Yeah, my girlfriend, sometimes she'll make this Brazilian black bean stew called feijoada. And, I mean, it sounds cheap, you know, black bean stew, but it takes like 6 hours to make, and it has smoked pork chops, linguiça sausage, Italian sausage, bacon, beef jerky, and I think there's some other kind of meat in there too, but I can't recall offhand. And you have to make it like, you know, prepare it like a day in advance, and it takes about 6 to 8 hours to cook.
Wow.
So she's been at home working on that for a while. And
Sounds delicious.
yeah, it is. It's good.
So, besides Adrian's birthday, we're having this telethon, and we would like all the viewers out there to join us tonight and be a part of this telethon. The phone number is 360-693-7544. Our website is fvtv11.org. And part of this telethon is just to kind of let everybody know out there where we stand as a station. And what we're looking for is people that are financially able to invest into this station and to kind of bring us up to speed. Right now we have some problems with some of our equipment, so we need some help with some finances to be able to change over to a newer system so that we can actually give the viewers a better broadcast. And So it's sometimes it goes black on the TV. That's because our system is crashing, and sometimes it sucks the videos into a system like a black hole and basically swallows the video up. And then we have to go back in and just basically put the video back into play, sharing it and rendering it and so forth, and it takes just hours to do that. So we get a new system, it'll actually stop that from happening and actually be able to give our viewers a better platform to view from, so we don't have, we have to have a 3-second gap between each show so it doesn't crash. So that's why you always see in between shows, you'll see a black spot for 3 seconds. Because we're on one driver, we don't have our full 9 drivers like we used to.
Yeah, I wanted to, point out that also, I mean, getting a new system and all that would be nice, better equipment so we can, make better quality programming, but, we still need money just to keep the lights on and pay the bills. You know, we have bills just like everyone else, electricity and, rent, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's all paid for, by donation and whatever we can scrounge up.
Yep. And so how does this benefit the public by donating and so forth? And that's a question that comes up to me quite a bit. Well, if I donate, what do I get out of it? Well, one, you get a station that has a freedom of speech. We're about freedom of speech. It allows the individual, the community, to be able to broadcast onto a station without being censored. And also it allows them to view what they want to view. You have a say-so.
Yeah.
This is your station.
Yeah, and if you're not seeing what you like on the station, make it,
Yep.
Anyone can make
Get
anything
involved.
they want and bring it on and air it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, saying that, I'd like to mention Chris. He went out into that, what was that?
The Ferguson
protest for
protest.
Ferguson down in Portland.
Yeah.
I think a horse almost stomped on him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he risked his life to get this video.
Huh.
So we'd just like to play it. There's no really any reporting on it. It was just him getting the protesters.
Just the footage of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit it, boys.
At the base of the Morrison Bridge, and here we are at Southwest 2nd and Washington again, and there's another brief exchange and standoff here, if you will.
Move it! Ollie, go home! You have no reason to be here.
Peaceful protest. They were Navy.
Go the fuck home. We don't need you.
Cool.
Yeah, that looks pretty intense.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I wouldn't go down there.
Yeah.
I'm not fast enough to be able to run from the horses.
Well, you don't have to be the fastest. You just can't be the slowest. I think is how it goes.
So, well, how about we bring up Michael?
Sure. Yeah.
Michael, you want to come on up?
Get behind the mic, Mike.
Yep. So anyways, if anybody wants to call in, the phone number is 360-693-7544. Website is FVTV11.org. And that's where you can view all of the archived videos and recent and the most current videos. And also you can email us, chat with us through that website. So Michael, welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So what's your day been up to?
It's just been a little bit hectic. I'm getting ready to I have a presentation next week before the Telecommunications Commission, so we're pulling information together. And I thought maybe I should talk a little bit about what this whole public access channel is.
Yeah.
Let me give you a little bit of background, because I'm not sure if all the viewers quite understand what public access is. So maybe I can just say a few words. First of all, you should know, if you look at your cable bills, you'll probably see that there's $1 that has been allocated, and it's something called PEG, P-E-G. PEG stands for Public Access, Education, and Government. So there are actually 3 channels, and actually some of the others have multiple channels, but Public Access is FVTV, and the governmental channel is CVTV, and the governmental channel, what they'll do is broadcast city council hearings, anything that deals with government, that's what they're responsible for. The educational channel, TV, etc., is the station that broadcasts the educational programming.
For the school systems?
For the school systems, yes. And then what we are is the public access station. So we go back about 10 years ago. There was a group of citizens that wanted to get public access in Clark County. And what happened was the county and the city got together and actually appointed members to form the initial board, and FVTV was formed. FVTV is a not-for-profit 501c3. That's why we're a tax-deductible organization. You know, it's an organization which you can give tax-free donations to. So what happened then is for 10 years or so, FVTV has been providing public access. So what public access is, it's a non-commercial channel that's allowing, as Mike had mentioned earlier, we do, of course, have this component of free speech. So when programming is brought to us, we do not edit it, we do not censor it. It's the responsibility, for example, of the producer to edit it. Nobody at FVTV edits your content. So it provides this, you know, when you go back historically, you think even 10 years, lots happened today. You know, if we look at the internet, we have a lot of different avenues for getting our thoughts out. So I happen to be an advocate of free speech, but I believe that in order to have free speech, you also have to have a platform in which you can deliver that free speech. In other words, you can have free speech, but if there's no place to say anything, then it doesn't really do you much good. And public access is one of those. If you look at the, you know, and we've looked at an analysis of the basic broadcasting systems, and you look at most of the media is controlled through basically a few corporations. I think it comes down to about 6 or 8 to control the bulk of the corporations in this country. But in this case, we are completely free from any of that kind of oversight. Well, in addition, so we have this free speech component, and we also have, of course, the internet and other things which have helped actually compete against, provide that access. But we also are interested in building community and also having citizens share with citizens. So it's basically citizen-directed content. While it could be political in nature, it could also be, and we have, I think, looked at it, I think 42% of our producers are producing religious content. We have everything from sports. In fact, I should mention how I got involved with FVTV.
Yeah, please do.
Back in 2007, a friend of mine and I put on a boxing event at the Clark County Event Center here in Clark County at the fairgrounds. And so we put on this boxing event and got a hold of Ron Carr, who was involved with FVTV at the time. And he said, we can broadcast that for you. We can come out and film your boxing event. So, and I didn't know really at that time anything about FVTV. So I got involved because FVTV came out and they did a superb job of filming that. I think it was called Veterans Fight Night. It played on FVTV for a couple of years. People would see that in reruns. So that's how I got involved with FVTV, and then in 2008, at the request of Ron Carr, actually, he invited me to join the board, and I said I would, and so I became one of these citizen volunteers who have joined the board of FVTV, and that's how I became involved. So as we look at what's been going on with FVTV, it's been quite an interesting ride. A lot of things have happened over the years with, we've gone through lots of changes, lots of different personnel, we've done lots of things from broadcasting the volcanoes to, we've aired films from Democracy Now! And religious programming and quite a wide variety of things. And of course, we've done the Shuffle, which was live TV, and now we've got the Underground, which is another live TV. And I continually see the station. Sometimes it moves forward, back, and then a little bit further forward. And I see it keeps growing, and I think it's kind of an exciting time. We're starting to see some interesting changes. All right, so let's put some things in perspective of what's been happening now. So this year in June, the Telecommunications Commission recommended that we not be granted the preferred public access provider. And so that was then forwarded on to the city and the county, and they both decided that they would not support FVTV at that time. By the way, what's been happening for the last 3 years, the county has granted $50,000 in funds to help support FVTV. That ends at the end of this year. And so what we're looking at now is, as we move into the future, either become redesignated at a future point in time, or at least go full internet, and which is what things we've been working on setting up. So we can at least take what we've been doing and continue to distribute that out to the masses, which is kind of interesting. There's actually more people that have access to the internet than have actually access to Comcast as a broadcast system, which is kind of an interesting avenue. So,
yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't know how to use, there's what we're starting to realize is there's also there's a core of people that don't even know how to use the computers, and that's where I think Comcast still has a play in this, because it's a lot easier to flip on your television and scroll through to what you want to view.
Yes. Yeah, and I think that's going to be the case for a few years.
Right.
We still have what I always describe as a market segment out there. There's a group of people that really still like to watch things on TV. Although now with smart TVs, you can watch the internet on your your big screen TV, which is
if you know how to navigate through it.
Yeah, you almost have to be a computer expert to
Right.
to run your TV now.
I guess I had a question.
Sure.
Now, with not having redesignation, that just basically means we're not going to be getting funding from them.
Yes.
But if we manage to get enough donations and enough income, we can still maintain Channel 11 on the air.
What will happen is, the plan right now is, as of December 31st, then they will turn the station over. I think it'll come out of Oregon. There's a public access station down in Portland, called it Portland Community Media. And I think the plan right now is to have them broadcast into Vancouver.
Yeah, broadcast our signal.
Yeah.
That could actually be pretty lucrative, because if it's broadcasting from there, we also will be able to hit Portland area, also, from what I understand from one of our other board members. And that would actually solve some of our problems, because we're getting some calls in from Portland asking if we're broadcasting over there, because they want to see this kind of programming.
Well, then we're up against, we've been quite flexible about what we can broadcast. Then we have to, then we're competing against, they already have a schedule.
Right.
So we'll see how that works out. So as we move forward, what we're looking at doing is at least seeing if we can move toward a redesignation at a future point. We've been looking at, and at this point in time, we do not want any government funding. We do not want money from the county. We do not want money from the city. And I know that that's one of the things that they're working on, to seeing if they can actually come up with funds, and then maybe if it's not us, somebody else may step in if the funds were available. I don't know if the county or city is interested in that. I kind of like the idea of being independent of government. So.
Yeah, same here.
Is that just so there's no more strings they can dangle over us, that kind of thing?
Yeah, yes, no strings, no strings attached. And I think as we move forward, I think we're going through some interesting times. I'd like to be independent of government as much as possible as well.
Right.
So.
And that's one of the reasons why we're doing this telethon, is because we're trying to just appeal to the public, that for them to get involved and see where we can go with this. See if we have enough of the community to back us to go to this new level, to where it is your station. It's not the cities, it's nobody else's, but it's the communities.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
And that's why, if anybody out there has any questions for Michael or us, please call in at 360-693-7544.
Yeah, we've done a couple, mini live broadcasts so far today. I think we started, the first one is at 4, and the second one was at 6:30, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And,
I'm losing track of time.
we've already had some success, a couple callers. One of them donated $100, which really surprised me. And, if people can't donate that much, I would like to see just a bunch of people donate, $5, just to show that they're out there and show that they value, this asset in the community.
Yeah.
And I should also mention that it's not just money, but if you're willing to donate time and assist us, that would be wonderful. If you have ideas for things you'd like to see on FVTV, let us know. So we also need people that can scout and look for good content that we can air on our station. So there's a lot of ways to participate, not just financially.
Yeah.
We've got a phone call right now.
All right. Let's see who it is. Hello, caller. You're live on the air. Hello?
You gotta hold it up to your.
I thought we were getting it out of the speaker.
How come we're not going through the speaker? Here, just put it on speaker.
I believe,
You got it?
hello, caller. You're live on the air.
Hey,
Must have hung up or lost it or something. Well, please call back.
Yeah, whoever was just trying to call, please call back.
This is amateur live TV, so please call back. If it's our fault, I apologize.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a good call earlier. Actually, a couple of them. We had Ray from the
Vancouver, I believe you said.
Yeah, he was. That's the thing about what we're doing here as a telethon. We understand times are hard, and we keep saying this, is if financially you cannot participate in this, that's understandable. There's a lot of people that are hurting financially. We'd rather see you take care of your families first and your loved ones, and if you have a little bit extra money, put it towards preparing yourself for the future, because things might end up getting a little bit tougher. So we really need to kind of prepare for the future. But for those who are actually financially stable and doing good, you know, I try to put as much as I can into this place. I try to help out as much as I can because I think it's real important to keep freedom of speech alive.
Yeah.
To keep something like this going so that other individuals, that they have something inside them, they can't get it out, but all of a sudden they find out, hey, this is a comfortable, safe platform for me to come in and get my message out.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I've seen people that are introverts all of a sudden become extroverts in here because it's a safe haven. And, you know, not everybody's an Alex Jones. Not everybody's, you know, Michael Savage or, you know, some of these other guys. But you all have a voice. And you all just need to find, you know, become more self-aware of that voice and learn how to operate with it and start finding how you can communicate and spread the news to
Yeah.
other people. Because I really believe they're really trying to stifle us from speaking our minds, from speaking the truth. They're really trying to shut that down. So while we have the opportunity, this is the time to be able to try to find your voice and be, you know, what do you call it, that bullhorn.
Yeah.
That might save somebody's life, wake somebody up. So, sounds like we've got a call right now.
Well, let's see if it's the same person that called before. Hello, you're live on the air.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah, I was just watching your show. I've never watched it before.
Okay. Thank you for calling.
And, you know, I was just watching your thing on what's going on in Portland and everything. And I think that what happened in Missouri is just a tragedy. But I think when everybody goes through and finds out what everything is, I guess I just don't understand why people in Portland are, you know, protesting something. And, you know, I saw a thing on the news last night in Portland where a young individual is saying, you know, it's a revolution. You know, if we need to rape, pillage, and burn and destroy, that's what we have to do. And that's just totally wrong. I mean, if you need, I'm 60 years old. I was there for the first Earth Day. I got my draft card in 1970 to go to Vietnam when I was still in high school. What are these people protesting about? They're 18, 20 years old. They're living in Portland. They will protest about anything that you throw in front of them.
Yeah. Are you?
What's his name?
Yeah. What is your name, caller?
My name is Richard.
Richard.
I mean, I grew up through all the protests, through the civil rights and everything. I supported them. But I cannot support someone going out and just destroying things because it's a right to protest.
Yeah.
You need to have a right. You need to have something you're protesting about, and just not, it's just what's popular today.
Yeah. You know, and well, it sounds like...
Thank you. I'm going to hang up now.
Hey, Richard, just
Oh,
wait
you can
there for a
stay on the
second.
line if you want, Richard.
You know, Richard, we were talking about the same thing. You know, over in Ferguson, we actually have another phone call coming in. But, Richard, what we found out is over in Ferguson right now, they're finding out that there's a lot of this stuff has been kind of premeditated. They're finding Delta Force, people that are over there actually stirring things up. We don't know where this is all coming from. My thinking, I don't like to just say, hey, those are just protesters out there. I think it's something that goes much deeper. I think what they're trying to do is cause basically, they've been talking about this for years, about a civil war. And I think they're really trying to stir it up. And if you ever look into the DARPA, and there are some of their strategies under chaos, you'll see their strategy, and you'll see exactly what's happening right now is one of DARPA's tactics. And so I think we need to look further into this. It's just not just a grassroots protest that's going on. This is something that's been in the making for a while, and they've been trying to stir people up. And they're trying to make it a race war, is what it's coming down to. And they already said here 6 years ago I was reading some of their plans, and they said they want a race war. Well, that's the only reason why they're doing that is because they think we're stupid. And what we need to do is wake up as individuals and realize it's not about color. It's about ideas. It's about a tyrannical government that's actually trying to stir things up so that we don't look at them and what they're doing.
It sounds like we lost Richard, but we probably have another call.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Ask her name.
Hello, caller. You're live on the air. What's your name? Hello? This is the Underground. You're live on the air, I think.
There you go. It's beeping in. Hit call.
Hello, caller. You're live on the air on Underground.
All right, we're trying to work out our phone system here.
Sorry, folks.
We thought it'd be smart and by hooking up that bigger speaker, but at least I can hear him now.
Yeah.
But callers, please keep calling in. We have one line, and so if we're talking to somebody else, you're just going to be beeping. And so just be patient with us, but we want to hear from these callers.
I suppose this is a good problem to have. We've never really had an issue come up where we had more than one caller at once.
Yeah.
So
That's technology we're
blessing in
advancing.
disguise.
Yes.
But Richard, thank you if you're hearing us. Thank you for calling in. And yeah, I feel your frustration.
Yeah. I think a lot of people do, you know, and I can agree with his point. You know, people are protesting, well, I think some people are protesting because they feel frustrated with what they see as the militarization of the police force. You know, so they see the militarization of the police force, and I think some people are protesting for that, but I do think there are certain people, like Richard was alluding to, that are just the professional protesters that just see, oh, there's a protest, let's go destroy some stuff. And it is not cool to go destroy someone's property to make your point. You're not going to engender any sympathy to your cause, you know, by torching some random shopkeeper's, you know, storefront.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Michael, you got anything to say?
You know, have you made sense out of this whole Ferguson issue? Have you
No.
figured out, you know, it's interesting, I was listening to that news report and people were yelling, we want justice, justice, and that. So, it
Hey,
sounds
Michael,
like
I don't mean to cut you off, but we were trying to make this phone call happen.
Sorry,
did
Mike.
it come through?
Apparently so. Let's see. Caller, you're live on the air on Underground. What's your name?
Yeah, hi, this is Richard again.
Oh, sorry about that,
perfect.
Richard.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
So were you able to hear our comment?
Well, I kind of disagree with the individual on the left because this is nothing of a protest. And I believe with the gentleman on the right that, you know, not everybody believes in this. Everybody has the right to believe in what they want to believe in. But not everyone has the right to go out and ambiguously just destroy property and march up and down and say, I'm protesting.
Yeah.
I
Richard?
protested the Vietnam War. I protested. I walked for the march for equal rights, for civil rights, and everything else. We never destroyed anything. We never walked down the street. We never ripped up garbage cans. We never ripped up park benches. We walked peacefully. We chanted our message. We never got out of control. And when people want to get out of control, they just want a reason to destroy.
I agree that there is a certain percentage, you know, of that element in any protest.
It's the mob mentality. When people will realize it's a mob mentality and one person starts it and others join in, you're not going to stop it.
Yeah. You know, at the same time, I don't really think that the mob mentality and the, you know, is anything new to this generation.
It's not. It's the mob mentality has been around since man.
Yeah. Richard, we really do appreciate your comments, but I think we have another call on the line that they've been holding
Okay,
for a
well,
while.
I'm just trying to say You know, it's just not, you know, that people want to go out and protest. They need a reason to protest. They have to believe in what they're protesting for, just not to go out and be on the news.
Not the flavor of the month cause.
It's not the flavor of the month. If you have something that you believe in, that you're going to live your life by, you're going to lay your life down for, that's great. But just to get on the news and walk down the street and mess up traffic to be 15 minutes of anymore. Thank you for your time.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Richard.
Thank you, Richard.
Appreciate you
Have a good
calling
night.
in.
Okay, so I sound like you're trying to.
So now push talk. There you go. Now, you should talk.
Hello, caller. You're live on the air on Underground. What's your name?
Hey, how you doing? My name's Mitch.
Hey,
Hello, Mitch.
How's it going?
Oh, good. Happy Friday. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was awesome. I hope you guys had a good time.
Yeah.
And, I've got a quick question for Mike. He's a fisher. Are you related to Dr. Jerry Fisher?
no.
No.
No, I
okay.
am not.
Okay. Well, never mind.
That's
kind of
right.
look
Who's
like
Jerry
family.
Fisher?
Yeah, who is Jerry Fisher, caller?
He was an old doctor here in Vancouver, family friends.
Ah.
Dr. Jerry's been around for a long time. He actually is deceased now, but I know the family.
Oh.
And Mikey kind of looks like him, so.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
They're good people.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
I like the Fishers. I still know their sons and daughters, so
Ah.
good people. But never mind.
All right. Well, thank you for calling.
I just wanted to say that I really appreciate what you guys are doing. I really enjoy watching the Alex Jones show, and yeah, keep it up.
All right. Thank you, Mitch.
Thank you, Mitch.
Thank you.
Have-
Bye-bye.
Got another call.
Hello, caller. You're live on the air. What's your name?
Hello, caller.
Hello.
Maybe you have to hit talk again. We're
Hello,
losing-
caller. You're live on the air. What's your name? Hello? Caller, are you there? No?
He's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, we're learning this new phone system. Yeah. It seems to be working once it's working. At least we can hear it
We're
now.
getting a number of calls, though. That's great.
Yeah. We appreciate everybody calling. You want to give the number out again?
Yeah, although we haven't had a problem with it yet, but 693-7544.
So, yeah, it's okay to disagree with us because everybody has a different opinion. We got another phone call. Go ahead.
Good. Hello, caller. You're live on the air on Underground. What's your name?
Dave?
Hi, Dave.
No, Dave, good enough. I love you guys. You're good. You're good. You do. Put Monsanto.
About Mount Santo?
Yeah, so Monsanto's bad, right?
I'm sorry. I had trouble understanding that, sir.
One more time.
Monsanto is bad, correct?
Well, I guess it depends on your definition, but I'm no big fan of them myself.
No, it's food for everybody, correct?
Oh, Monsanto's, the GMO
Yeah,
food.
yeah, Monsanto. So are you in favor of Monsanto or not in favor?
Oh, guaranteed in favor.
Okay.
Okay. So
Well-
what do you like?
Well, I love the fact that they give food to everybody at a cheap price, and you can live your life on a cheap price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That no good?
And excessive doctor bills. So you win-win all the way around.
Well, Dr. Bills, we got Obama now that it says that we got health care paid for.
I'm sorry, you're right. So it is a win-win
Why not?
situation.
Yeah, I will admit, GMOs hold, some appeal to me. Like I like the idea of, being able to give a kid his vaccinations by eating an apple. There are things, seriously, that's something they look into.
Well, no, who's the kid that eats an apple anyway? The kid eats no apple. He eats gummy drops and.
Well, we can put it in their soda pop, I guess.
Yes, there you go.
It is a problem we face as humanity, that we're going to have to be feeding, 10 billion people or something like that in 100 years. Thank you for calling, Dave.
Oh, well, you're welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Oh,
Well, I'll give you my 2 cents.
thank you, bye-bye.
We got another caller.
Oh, get another one?
Yep, another caller.
Do it again. I know, do it again. I turned the show off. Okay, let's do this show.
Yeah, this
We'll
hold
just
on. So he needs to hang up. So you hang up.
Okay.
He's going to answer it.
Okay.
Once he answers it, he gives you the clue to click it back on.
We're learning as we go, folks.
Yeah.
Well, I got the cue.
We're
We have
learning-
another call.
yeah.
I thought I was supposed to go to it.
Maybe somebody can donate us a new phone system.
Yeah. yet another thing on the.
Hey, you're seeing the technical difficulties
Yeah.
we have here.
You can
That's
come
why
in-
we need your help with donations.
Yeah, you can come in and see our Christmas wish list of what we plan to do with our telethon
Yeah,
money.
exactly. So, yeah, you want to give the number out one more time?
Yeah. 360-693-7544.
We got another call.
Before I answer this call, anyone calling in, I really apologize that we're having such trouble with this. We've never ran into this problem before. Hopefully it'll something that'll go smooth. But I all in all, I still like being drowned in calls.
That's good. Yep.
Okay, here we go.
You're live on the air. What's your name, caller?
Oh, hello.
How you doing?
Oh, great. I was just listening to your previous caller about GMOs.
Yeah. What was your opinion?
What's his name?
Well,
What's your name first, caller?
Oh, my name is Thomas.
Hi, Thomas.
Do these people realize that since mankind has became a gatherer instead of a hunter, they've been modifying grains, corn, and everything since mankind has existed?
I'm sure they do.
They blend one brand with another. That is modifying a gene.
It's modifying, but what they're doing is they're genetically changing the structure of the seed. That's what the problem is. And the best way I can describe it, Tom,
Only if you are doing it on a genetic basis.
yeah, and that's what
If
GMO
you
is,
are
genetic.
breeding one plant to another,
Yeah, crossbreeding.
And hybrids.
if you're
Yeah, that's
crossbreeding,
hybrids.
how is that genetically enhancing a plant?
Yeah,
How is
no,
that
no, we
genetically
get that.
modified?
I think what people have a problem with is what Mike was referring to, I think, is genetic splicing, where you're taking DNA of two completely different species, and you can use this interchangeably. I mean, it doesn't have to be plant to plant. You can use animal proteins to plant
Yeah.
DNA and vice versa, and I think that's what,
I would like to know what the problem is with that.
Well, the problem is, and this was, it's one, if you ever watch the Scientists Under Attack, they explain it very well. And what happens, it's like a rings of a tree. When you cut a tree down, there's the rings, and it tells you every single thing that's happened to that tree during its lifetime, from drought to rain, how much sun it got, how much weather it had. Well, the human body's the same thing. If you take the DNA and you string it out, it actually tells a story. Exactly what you ate, all the way through your history. Well, what they're doing and the plants are the same way. Plants have a DNA structure also. But what they're doing is they're taking DNA out of it so that part of the story of that plant is missing. And when you eat it, part of the story is missing in you. So instead of having this long storybook, you have pages missing out of your life because the DNA structure is missing. But you, all of a sudden, at the end of your life, you mate with somebody else that has the same DNA structure that's missing, and you breed, that child takes on the same DNA. Well, it has a DNA that's missing. After the fourth generation of breeding, they cannot reproduce because the DNA is so messed up. And that is the problem with the genetically modifying seeds, is they're changing the DNA structure of the seed. Instead of it being its pure form, like you're saying, we can splice a pear tree to an apple tree and it'll grow. Well, we're not changing the structure, the DNA structure of that plant. What these guys are doing, they're changing the whole DNA structure to where it only grows one time. It can't be reproduced.
yeah, they have like a goat crossbreeding.
I guess what I'm trying to ask you,
Sorry, go ahead.
I guess what I'm trying to ask you,
Yeah, Thomas, go ahead.
what's the problem with that? Why are you so afraid of that?
Oh, let me answer.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why are you so afraid of it?
Let me give you a little bit of insight into GMOs. First of all, I'm not necessarily opposed to genetic modification. And I think in the future, someday, what we're going to do is we're going to be able to enhance our food. We'll be able to take an apple and we'll make it so you could eat one apple and that would sustain you for an entire day. You know, if you go back and look at a lot of the research that's been done in the field of agriculture over the years, most of the experiments that were conducted were to come up with ways to increase yield. And the problem is they worked on increasing yield, but they never necessarily worked on increasing nutritional content. And so we get food that's been devitalized. Back in the mid-90s, I was working at a bread company. I was talking with, I was a consultant there, and I was talking with one of the R&D gentlemen, and he was saying, you know, I'm having troubles with the bakery efficiencies because the wheat content, protein levels have dropped so much.
I'm really sorry with you people. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm sorry.
Okay. So, and I'll continue.
You want to keep talking about you don't want to talk about what has worked. You don't want to talk about how people have lived for the last 12,000 years.
Yeah,
they've progressed. They've done better. You know,
no, I think you haven't gotten to the
genetically
point yet.
modified foods.
Well, Thomas, in all fairness, and I appreciate your call and your dissenting opinion, but you did ask a question, and Mike is attempting to answer that.
Yeah.
Well, I realize he's attempting to answer it, but he's getting into places that the normal people like me don't understand. They want to get back to geneticists and this and that.
Well, it's very clear, Thomas.
You know, it's a very simple process.
Yeah, Thomas,
grow
I'm going to
food,
make it very
you eat
simple
it.
for you. I'm going to make it very simple. They said that they would control the world through the food. It would be actually used as a weapon. And so that's why, if you look at the history of Monsanto's supplied the Agent Orange for Vietnam War, and also now they're working with food. These guys only deal with weapons for war, and they said that they would use the food as a weapon to take down the people, and that's what they're doing.
I guess I'll finish.
Sir, you took one sentence out of context. Monsanto was in 1970. I grew up with Agent Orange. You're not that old.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's even Monsanto's employees will not even eat the food.
I'm not a pro
it's actually,
for the
I
chemicals.
think the main
I'm
issue
not
is right now is the
you know,
Roundup
there
Ready
is an
genetically
equal
modified
balance that you people need
and
to
what that does
strike.
to the bowel flora.
Yeah.
And so what's happened is, and basically in simple terms, what they've been doing genetically has been compromising the health of a number of individuals.
What you want to do.
Look at what's happening with, have you gone to go to the store and look up gluten sensitivity? Look up,
Sorry about that, Thomas.
Yeah.
It wasn't us, I think he hung up.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, if you look at
please call back, Thomas.
what's been happening right now, we have a massive amount of people that are now having food allergies, and they can't tolerate the food that we used to have.
Right.
What I was talking about earlier is I was getting to the point that the wheat that you're consuming today is not the wheat that we grew up on as
Right.
kids. It's not the same. It's not the same content. As I said, the protein content's dropped. We now have gluten deficiencies in
Deficiency.
people, or gluten intolerances in
Right.
people. But the biggest problem right now with GMOs, and I guess one of the things, is they have spliced it with Roundup, which is
Right.
which is an insecticide.
Yep.
And so basically what's been happening is that has created conditions because that goes into the body. And so what happens is, while it's going into the body, it then starts affecting the bacteria. And so one of the things you need to know about our body is there are 10 times more cells in your body that are not you than are you. So what I mean by that is we have all this bacteria that goes through the gut, and it lives with us, and it has to be, in fact, part of our immune system is based upon that. Well, what happens is you start taking this GMO stuff, it starts disrupting that whole system. And as that starts hurting that system, then we're into, we start getting into some of these health problems. And that's why you're seeing people that have been going on GMOs that are having a lot of difficulty.
Exactly.
So, but that's the thing, but I said, in the future, they'll start figuring this stuff out. I think long term, genetic modifications may be, like you were saying, if population increases, we'll make more and more efficient food. We're just not there yet.
Well, you know, if they were using it for good, that'd be one thing. But they literally came out and said that they would use food as a weapon. They use it over in communist parties to be able to control the people through famine and so forth. Let's answer this phone call.
All right.
Caller, you're live on the air. What's your name?
Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Yes, fantastic, sir, gentlemen. So your whole deal with what are you talking about now?
I'm sorry, can you repeat, sir?
GMO foods.
Okay.
Yeah, what about it?
How do you stand? What's your best GMO?
What's
good
our
or bad?
What's our best GMO?
Yeah, good or bad? What, onion, potato? What's your best GMO? What do you like so much?
Well, you tell us.
Well, no, I love GMO. GMO is good. It lasts, it lives, it grows, it's forever and always.
Okay.
What is bad about GMO?
Okay, I want to answer with what I personally don't like about GMOs. I think they hold a lot of promise. I like the idea of having drought-resistant plants so people in Africa can grow crops.
Good.
What I don't like personally is that you can patent this stuff, and you own not only that organism, but you own all progeny of that organism. So, you know, okay, like wheat and corn, that you take GMO, wheat and corn aren't pollinated by bees. Those are wind-pollinated crops. And I don't like how someone could take this Roundup Ready crop that's been patented and you own, you know, people own it or lease it from Monsanto. Well, a farmer next to him might not, and this has happened.
For a short time, though. For a short time, he leases. It's not forever and always. A short time, correct?
I'd like to finish, please.
Oh, finish.
Okay, so you take this Roundup Ready wheat or corn or whatever it is, and it's wind pollinated, and you have winds blowing around all over Kansas, and then some of those, you know, that DNA, you know, through the spores and whatnot.
It's spread. It's wind. It's nature. Yes, it goes.
Drift over to the next farmer's field, and then cross-pollinate with his crops. Now, if they do testing on his wheat, and then they say, oh, well, look, you know, we own the patent on this. You didn't buy this wheat from us, but yet you have this wheat growing in your field. And then that farmer will be sued, and this has happened, and then Monsanto takes over that guy's field.
Well, it's 2%.
And accuses him of theft. Huh?
It's 2%.
It's not excusable. I don't care what percent it is.
It's like tax.
A farmer does not deserve to lose his property, you know, because of the wind.
Oh, 9%, 2%, 3%. It's tax. What state do you live in? You pay a sales tax. It's a tax. No, it's no good. It's not a tax.
Well, caller, you know, you're more than welcome to eat GMO food, but, you know, some people decide not to GMO food. So why should we dictate who wants to eat what? I'd rather eat something that's actually not going to cause me health problems in the long run. So that's why I choose not to eat GMO foods.
Yes,
but I'm not going to criticize you for eating.
Minimum wage.
But I'm not going to criticize you for eating GMO.
To go to Whole Foods and pay $8 for a gallon of milk.
It's a lie. The whole thing is a facade. They say that it's cheaper, but it's not cheaper. It's cheaper in the long run, but it's more expensive in the long run because it causes health problems.
And not paid the price for non-pasteurized whole milk. I mean, it's like $12.
Well, you know what? People should have the right to know what they're eating.
I think
Mike
so
said,
too.
If you want to eat your GMO crops that are dirt cheap, go ahead.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care. You know, I mean, look at me. You know, I'm overweight. Obviously, if I cared about my body, I'd be worried about it too. But I should have the right to know whether I'm eating GMOs or not. I'm not saying ban them. I'm saying give me the right to know.
Yeah. If you want to eat a turd, go ahead.
Yeah, if there's nothing wrong with it, these corporations should not be afraid of putting a label on it.
Yep.
You know, why all the, you know, when we had that information about the genetic labeling, you know, and whether to label it GMO, and you look at all the corporations that paid for that, and it was all corporations like GlaxoSmithKline and Bayer and Monsanto, and it's like, what does a chemical company or a pharmaceutical company have any interest in food? If it's really as wholesome as they say, why do they care?
Yep. By the way, this is one of the reasons I love public access. You know, we can have somebody come on and talk about why they hate GMOs, and we can have somebody, we can do a whole program on the benefits of GMO. We can,
Yeah.
And one of the
Hey,
things
Matt,
I like
excuse me, we got to take this other call.
okay, no
Matt,
problem.
hey, thank you for calling us, Matt, and this sounds like it's a debate for
Yeah.
that'll just go
Hey,
on and on, but we really appreciate your phone call.
I feel bad. I had to
'Cause we got a
disconnect
bunch
on
of other-
Matt because we had another caller and I was afraid we were going to lose them. So I'm hoping to take that right now. Are we good to do so? So I apologize about that, Matt.
It's good?
Is it off?
Turn it off.
Okay. I believe I was. Yeah, God, we are getting some good diatribe and
Well,
dialogue.
now we got a call. No call. All right.
No call.
Well, man, my earbud was just beeping and beeping and beeping.
Yeah, we're getting lots
But
of
Matt,
attention calls.
we really appreciate you calling in about this. We just got another call.
Got another call?
This is good. So if anybody wants to call in,
We're,
we got a phone
we're
call.
attempting to run a
We got a phone
telethon here
call.
too. You know, so our main goal is donations, but we are enjoying the calls.
Yeah, well.
Are we good to take the call, Jesse? Yeah, I am sorry about that, Matt.
So anyways, our phone number is 360-693-7544. I guess we're talking about GMOs.
Yeah, I don't think
tonight.
people are hurting on finding our phone number. Okay, here we go. Okay, you're live on the air. Caller, what's your name?
Did you hit the button? I can't hear you
No,
come
I
through the
can
speaker.
hear him on the phone, but not
Well,
the speaker.
It's our speaker.
If you could hold one moment, sir, we're going to patch you into the loudspeaker.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
We just got it.
Okay, you're good. So what's your name,
my
caller?
name's Mark.
Mark?
Hi, Mark.
Yeah. You guys are from Vancouver, right?
Yes.
Yes, Clark County.
Yes.
Clark County. I was wondering what your views were on the new proposed Pearl District down at the port in Vancouver.
Oh, the new waterfront revitalization program?
Yes.
Seeing as how that land is sitting vacant there right now, I'm in favor of it personally. What was your opinion?
Well, it depends upon what part they want to revitalize. I mean, if they're talking about down where the plywood mill used to be and the lumber mill used to be, when they start digging into that ground down there, I've worked down there. I've worked excavation all my life in Clark County. That ground is so polluted, they're going to have to dig 50 feet down to hit good soil that's not polluted.
Yeah, I heard the same thing. And are you, Mark, do you think that they're just going to build right on top
I
of it
worked
without
down
cleaning
there
that soil?
For 30 years.
He can't hear me because it needs to go through there.
Boise Cascade, the plywood mill was there.
Yeah, I
The
remember.
lumber mill was there.
Yeah, my
All
father
those
worked there.
are in the ground down there, and they just think they're going to pave over it and build on it.
Apparently so. Well, what would you suggest, Mark?
Well, I worked for a company that cleaned up Whitler Park in Vancouver.
Okay.
Do you know where Whitler Park is along the Columbia?
Yes.
Yes, there was a company called Tidewater that used to own that.
Right.
Uh-huh.
We had to go down there and dig down 30 feet, haul all the contaminated dirt out of there, haul it to Boardman, Oregon, so they could refill it and make Whitler Park.
We're getting a lot of feedback.
We're getting feedback.
Oh, it's okay. Sorry, Mark. Please continue. We're just getting some feedback on our
We're getting
loudspeaker.
feedback.
So, I mean, we hauled over 50,000 cubic yards
Yeah, I mean that.
to
That sounds,
eastern Oregon to a designated landfill.
uh-huh.
So do they actually think they're going to just pave over the industrial part of the Port of Vancouver and build condos on it?
Well, since you work there, what is it contaminated with, Mark? Like what kind of chemicals?
Well, that's where Tidewater used to empty out their barges and everything. It was everything from diesel fuel to, I don't know all that was in it, but why would we have to truck it from Vancouver, Washington to Boardman, Oregon to get rid of it in a designated landfill.
Mark, did they say they were going to build on top of it without taking that soil up, the contaminated soil?
Did you hear that question, Mark?
Down at the port?
Yeah, no, where they're going to put that new Pearl, what you call the Pearl district.
Well, what Vancouver wants to do?
Yeah, I thought they were going to clean. He can't hear me.
Here, do you want? Here,
Yeah.
take it.
Hey, Mark, did you find out if they were going to, I heard that they were going to take the, man, we're getting a lot of feedback here. They were going to take that soil, they were going to actually take the soil up and clean it. I didn't know if they were going to actually build on top of the contaminated soil.
That soil all has to be taken out of there and replaced.
Exactly. But I thought they were going to take that out.
Well, they have to. They do. They have to take that out.
Exactly.
Down to where the geologists and down to where the DEQ and everybody says you're in good soil. There's
Right.
no pollution there. Then it has to be filled back up with pure soil.
Exactly.
When we did Whitler Park, we had a barge sit on side of the dike we had, conveying pure sand that they dredged out of the Columbia River down by Astoria. They brought it up, pumped it in. That's what we filled it with. And then we topped it, and now it's a park.
So Mark, are you saying you have information that they're not going to do that over there in that new district?
No, that's what I was asking you. Are they going to do that?
I don't know. I thought they were. I don't have a definite answer on that, but we could probably find that out.
Well, see, this is a question that I have. I read in the paper, I see all these things, how they want to advance this and they want to do this and that. But what's it going to cost the taxpayers in Clark County to clean all that up so they can build their Pearl District down there?
No, that's a very good point.
One question I want to ask, Mark, Mark,
The question I would ask, are these chemicals like very dangerous, do you suppose?
I could not tell you that. I'm an equipment operator and a truck driver.
Okay,
I was not privy to what was in the ground, why we were moving it. All I was told, we had to wear jumpsuits, the little paper jumpsuits, when we put it in the truck, and we had to haul it to Boardman, Oregon, dump it in a landfill, and then put fresh dirt in there. I don't know what was in it.
Yeah, but you do bring up a good question, and I think that should be looked into.
I think it should.
And I'm sure it will be expensive, but my point would be, is if it is dangerous, whether we're going to build there or not, regardless, we should dig it up if it's dangerous and get rid of it. Whether we're going to build there or not, if it's dangerous.
Sir, all I can say is Fort Vancouver Plywood was down there for 30 years. I worked in the plywood industry.
Yeah.
I know all the glues, I know all the chemicals that are in plywood. There was a pulp mill down there. I worked in pulp mills. I know all the chemicals that are in pulp mills. They've all been put into that ground. And if you think you are just going to go in there and not take all those chemicals out, build condos over it, and think that it's going to be okay 20 years down the road, it's not going to happen.
Exactly, because it'll leach out of the ground.
To clean it up, the Clark County taxpayers are going to pay for it.
Yep, exactly. And I think the person that's actually building on there should be the one that's responsible for it. That should be part of the price of the land.
Yeah, if they damage
Should be
it, I think
towards the
Building
taxpayer.
on it should be the one that pays to clean it up, not the taxpayer.
Exactly.
I agree.
Thank you, Mark, for your phone call, and we appreciate it. How do you like the programming? Ask him how he likes the programming.
How do you like the programming so far, Mark?
First night I've ever watched it. Some things I do agree with you say. Some things not so much.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well,
But, that's a great thing about living in a civilized state, that we can agree to disagree.
damn right.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, thank you. I hope you tune in next week, too. Have a good night, Mark.
So you got to turn it off. for him to get his. So.
With enough
Wow.
of this practice, we're going to be experts on this phone system.
We're starting to get it down.
We're going to be competing against George Norrie and Ground Zero here in a minute.
Call gone.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, to the people trying to call in, I apologize. You know, we're not call back. Okay.
So.
Yeah, we apologize. We only have one line here. So.
So tell us when to answer it.
Yeah. So if it's busy or we're not getting
Tell
to
us
you,
when.
just try calling back.
He's setting it up. Okay, good to go.
Caller, you're live on the air on Underground. What's your name?
Hey, Mitch, I'm calling you back.
Oh,
Hey,
hello,
Mitch.
Mitch.
I just wanted to say thank God for Mark having half a brain. I think you guys are going to have to move your show to Thursday, so not everybody's all calling you. So, yeah,
Oh, no, man, we
figure at least a little bit of intelligence there. But, yeah, I really appreciate you guys running some of the specials you've been running lately, and always love the Alex Jones show, and keep up the good work. But, yeah, you're going to have to move your show.
Thank you, Mitch.
Thank
Hey, you know what? Thanks for stirring up the show. Appreciate it.
No, yeah, it's been a good show. I think it's one of my favorites so far.
Okay, well, you guys have fun.
All right. Have a good weekend, Mitch.
So, anyways.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah, it's always good to have both sides because, you know, it just makes you that much sharper in the end, you know,
Yeah.
kind of figure out what's going on. Because there's a lot of people think that GMOs are actually good for you. But I think it's just people really need to do the research and really dig in to find out what is actually a GMO compared to splicing plants together.
Yeah. You know, and who knows?
We got
I mean,
another phone
you know,
call.
maybe they're right. Maybe it is the way to go. I would like to know. You know, do I have the right to know what I'm putting in my body?
I do, yeah.
Okay, caller time. Hello, caller, you're live on the air. What's your name?
My name's John.
Hey, John.
Just wanted to tell you guys I love the show, and I'm actually going to throw some money at you today.
Awesome, man.
You're
Appreciate
the
it.
man, John.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Are we allowed to ask how much?
I'm going to throw $40 your guys' way.
Dude,
right,
that's
my man.
awesome. Thank you, John.
Thank you so much.
Hey, John,
Not a problem.
hey, what's your favorite part of the show?
Well, you know, there's actually quite a few parts of the show that I like. Well, I like the humor. I like the seriousness. And I also like the fact that you guys are pretty informative about the topics that you guys talk about. And I really appreciate how well versed you guys are at all the different topics that actually get brought up to you. So, especially Mike and Adrian and Michael, and one of the panel people too.
And Michael
So,
over too tonight.
Exactly.
Do you know how to donate? I believe it's on FVTV11.org.
no, is that where I go to actually put in the money?
Yes, sir. You go to FVTV11.
Sorry?
FVTV, go ahead, you tell them.
FVTV11.org, and there should be a donation tab there. Or something.
Yeah, on the far right.
On the far right.
Sweet.
All right. Hey, thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Not a problem,
And,
guys.
and come down anytime and visit us.
Hey, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, anytime.
Okay, well, I'm going to get back to watching you guys do what you do best.
All right, thanks, John.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
So,
So we've had in the last hour more phone calls than you've had in all this.
All our previous 4 shows, I think.
yeah, exactly. I think next week we're going to do another telethon.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Just so we get some more phone calls in.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
I was going to also mention that if you go to FETV11.org and click on Contact, there's a button there. If you want to pledge anything besides money, or you want to make a pledge for a future gift, just go there, fill out the contact form, just send us a message. We'd love to hear it.
All right, we got another caller. We're just
Looks
waiting for
like we're
Jesse.
getting there. It's so weird. We're so professional. We have a call screener.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we're supposed to have the other phone in there. You know what? You want you guys to talk for a minute? I'm going to go fix these phones real quick so it's easier for them.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys go ahead and give the number out a couple times, and I'll be right back.
Okay, 6937544. I don't know why we're throwing out the area code. It's Clark County. They know it.
Yeah, and I don't know, do some cell phones, you need to know what the area code is?
Oh, that's a good point. Okay, I'll shut my mouth.
Yeah,
You know, actually, I have a
in
Magic Jack.
in recent years, it wasn't a big deal, but now with, we got 360, it's not, some 360s are long distance. So sometimes you have to dial one, like up in
I guess you're
north
right
and
too,
state.
because I have Magic Jack and I actually have to dial the area code. So yeah, you're right. Oy. Sorry for the pause, folks.
Some technical difficulties there.
I never thought I'd be actually saying that or hearing that and being on TV. We are experiencing technical difficulties.
We need maybe we need one of the signs that.
Yeah. I remember The Simpsons. The Simpsons had one where it showed that we are experiencing technical difficulties, and it showed a picture of a cameraman with a whiskey bottle, like with X's on his eyes, like he's all drunk.
Shoot. So where are we at now since I left?
We have a sober crew, we're ready.
Call.
Oh, we got another call. Hopefully this will work now.
What?
Oh, he's hooking it back in. Why is that?
This is a lot of dead air while we're looking in the booth.
Sorry, people.
Yeah.
Caller, you're live on the air.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, my name is Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Yes,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too. I'm calling about the GMOs.
Yes.
Okay.
Wonderful.
So you guys were talking about the genetic side of it. So my thing is, if a woman gets pregnant, well, not even pregnant, but if a man and a woman have different genetics, she could have the first baby correctly, but then the second or the third could be compromised because there's so much genetics involved if there's different blood types.
Yes.
So I'm concerned about the blood types, of the GMOs personally. So what do you think?
Well, I don't know that much about the blood type as I do know about what they've been doing in the science labs with these rats. They said with these rats, they can tell within just a couple months of what a rat will do. They can tell what will happen 4 generations in a human. And so with this GMO, what's happening is the rats are not able to reproduce after the 4th generation of these rats. So the blood part, I don't know exactly much about the blood part as I know about the DNA part.
Yeah, I'm a medical student, so I'm kind of, medical, yeah.
So you probably know, you understand how the rats
Yeah,
play
that's
in
what
the part of
confused
this.
me. I mean, it's like the GMOs, it's like they talk about, putting different DNAs, and it's like, well, being a human, if our DNA mismatches, there could be issues.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I think this is basically it's a long-term experiment.
Yeah.
We don't really know what's
And they're
going to be
not
the.
supposed to be experimenting on us.
Well, that's what we're the guinea
Right.
pigs. We're just rats to them. And
Hey, I want to know where my superpowers are at, because I'm eating all this gunk and I don't have X-ray vision or nothing. I can't fly. I'm not getting anything out of it.
I can roll faster because I'm fatter now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't know what's going to happen to the DNA and what's it going to happen to the whole.
So how
we gonna
safe?
see
I mean,
increase in-
is it safe to eat genetically modified food?
I guess,
know
like
what?
Mike said, we'll find out.
Yeah, but who wants to find out? Who wants to, like AIDS, that came out of nowhere, and then all these other diseases. So what kind of diseases can come out of this?
Well, let me ask you this. Look at how many health problems we have. People can say, well, it's because of the air, it's the water, it's this. Well, it's the combination of everything. But if you look at our food, they literally said that they would use the food as a weapon. And so if we stop and look at that, okay, how are they using it as a weapon?
Well, we could also go into putting, things in our bodies that label us as who we are and what we are allergic to and what we eat and who our friends are, and that's been said. And like I read like 1984. It was a book by George Wells.
Yep.
Orwell.
And
Orwell.
like saying that we were supposed to die then.
That we're supposed to what?
Die. It was
Yep.
like 2000.
Well, you know, along with that right now, Kit Kat, I can't remember, it was 3 years ago, they came out with the advertisement that they were putting nanotech in the Kit Kats. And they took that right off the advertisement because people started freaking out about it.
Oh
and they're
my
going,
God,
we
I
could
love
track.
Kit Kat.
What's that?
I love Kit Kat. That's my favorite.
I know,
candy
it used to
bar.
be mine too. I probably got a lot of nanotech in me now. So, yeah. Sorry for ruining that for you.
All right.
So Jen, yeah, thank you so much for calling
You're
in.
welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. Have a good night, Jen. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
This show's going awesome so far. Call's gone. Dang it.
So, you know, that's the thing about the GMOs. They're attacking so many different ways with the GMOs. And people, you just really need to do some more research on it because these people have no good intentions for you. Go ahead and answer it. We're going to answer this phone call so we don't lose it.
Have we had any GMO programming on?
Yeah, we got quite a bit of it. And if people would stop and kind of listen to it, you'd really get educated on what they're actually doing, these scientists. So.
I assume you meant besides this show.
Yes, I was talking. I want to know. By the way, that's one of the things that we can do on FVTV is we can actually show
Right.
something on GMOs where
Yeah.
you're not necessarily going to be able to see that on any of the mainstream.
Yeah, we got one that's called genetic roulette.
All right. Answer time.
Yep, answer time.
Caller, you're live on the air.
Hello.
How you doing?
Fine.
What's his name?
What's your name, sir?
My name's Rick.
I'm sorry. What?
Rick.
Rick.
I was wondering, you guys are focused on Clark County, right?
Yes.
Do you have any clue of the garbage monopoly that is in this county?
Yes, we
You mean
do.
Waste Connections?
Oh, not just Waste Connections, Central Transfer. Oh, and I noticed the guy on the left laughing.
Yeah.
I
Wonder why he's laughing.
Yeah. Oh.
No, dude, you just hit a really sore subject because we know what's going on. That's why I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at when you just brought that up. We know how deep it goes.
Yeah.
You really think I used to work for these companies?
Oh,
Okay.
what can you tell us?
What can you tell us, sir, about them?
Well, do you know that the Central Transfer companies, and there's only 2 transfer stations in Clark County. Central Transfer,
Okay.
correct?
Sure.
One in Brush Prairie and one in Lower River Road in Vancouver.
Okay.
Those are owned by Tidewater.
Huh.
They're owned by Ray Hickey, by Wes Hickey, Ray Hickey's son. Ray Hickey owns Tidewater.
Okay.
Wes Hickey owns CRC.
What, you mean Columbia River Crossing?
The transfer companies, Columbia Central Transfer Company,
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you said CRC.
Yeah, I did too.
CRC, Central, okay, CTC,
Yeah.
Central Transfer Company.
Okay.
They're all the same company.
Okay.
They own their own landfill in Boardman.
Okay, so where are you going with this?
The garbage company, our pickup garbage company, takes it to 2 transfer stations.
Uh-huh.
It's put into containers, compacted, taken down to Tidewater Barge Company.
Okay.
They own the barge company.
Okay.
They take it to Boardman, to the Port of Boardman,
Okay.
unload it, take it to the landfill in Boardman.
Okay. So
they own it all.
Caller was talking earlier about the landfill.
Yeah, I think you're right. So I don't understand your problem with that. Where would you like them to take it?
I don't have a problem. Do you realize that that we have mandatory recycling. We have to pay for recycling.
No, yeah.
It's taken to the transfer station and sorted.
Okay.
They are selling it. They are getting subsidies from the county for X amount of percentage that they're recycling.
Yeah, so how do you propose to stop that?
Or what would you do
Or
differently?
solve that?
Yeah.
Well, that comes up to the people in this county getting taken for suckers. They're paying one company 5 times to dump their garbage.
Exactly, but so how do we solve this? Are you going to stand up and be that leader that sets the precedents for changing this? Because that's the problem. We don't have enough. We got a lot of people that
Okay, well, you
are having
stand up along
problems,
with me.
but nobody's willing to stand up and actually start the ball rolling to make a change. So we
Will
need
you
some.
stand up alongside me?
What's that? Yeah, that's
Will
what
you
we're.
stand up alongside me?
That's what we're here for. That's why this
That's
is what
what
the
I'm
station is here
asking.
for.
I've
So
never
people
watched
like
this
you,
before.
when they bring this thing to the focus, so we have a platform for you to be able to come and present it to the people so we can actually back you up. That's what we want. We want people like you to be able to stand up and have this platform to present it to the community. Instead of just being a voice that's just touching one person at a time, now you can touch multiple people through this platform. So we appreciate you bringing this to our attention, but we need people to actually stand up, start making that initiative. That's the thing what we're doing about this telethon tonight, is to get people involved so that we can make these changes. And I appreciate you making this phone call and bringing this to our attention.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rick. Do you mind if we let you go? I think we have another call coming through we'd like to clear the line for. Would that be okay, Rick?
All I ask is, will you, the 3 of you, stand up on a stage with me?
Yeah. You
The
can
man says, will you stand? I will. I worked with them.
All right.
But will the 3 of you stand up in a public forum along with me?
Rick, like I
You
said,
want people to stand up and you want people to speak out.
Yeah, we do.
yeah, that's why you need to come down and visit with us so we can have a plan of attack to be able to make a move towards this way. But we need, come on down. Come down and let's talk about it and figure out a strategy.
All right. So yeah, Rick, if you want, feel free. Like Mike said, come on down and meet with us, and we'll have you on. You can talk about it all you want.
I'll back up any individual that's wanting to stand up against tyranny. I'll back anybody up. Because I think it's important that we stand up against these big conglomerates that are attacking the smaller people. Sorry.
All right. Well, no, it's okay. Rick, thank you for your call, sir. I
We have
guess
another
we
li-
lost him.
I think we had another call.
I think we might. Now we wait.
That was a good phone call, and that brings a lot of things up to the surface. And I know it might seem kind of chaos right now. That's the problem we have here. We are trying to go to another level with this station. That's why we need donations. We need people committing to coming down here, volunteering, and helping us out. We're just a small group, but we're trying to make a change here and trying to help out, back up the individual that's by themselves. Go ahead. Answer.
I don't know that we're ready.
Oh. I don't know why we're having a problem with the phone.
Okay, we're good.
Caller, you're live on the air. What's your name?
Hi, my name's Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave?
Hey.
Hey, I just want to say I love what you guys do there. It's really cool. Open mic, people can call in. It's really refreshing.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
So how was you guys' Thanksgiving?
Filling.
Yeah.
How was yours, Dave?
Mine was awesome. Lots of friends, lots of family, no fighting. Went really well.
Yeah.
You know, I think you're the first family that I heard that didn't have a fight on Thanksgiving.
No Jerry Springer action.
Seems to be par for the course, but yeah, we all just stayed around the table, kept it mellow. It was good stuff.
Awesome, Dave.
Right, thank
Hey, so how much of FETV do you watch?
I watch every now and then,
What's your favorite part of the programming?
mostly the Underground. It's a great
Awesome.
show. I like the episode a couple weeks ago with the bike rider guy.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Wade, I think his name was.
Yeah, he's a cool
Yeah,
cat.
he was really impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good guy.
Yeah, that was a fun show. Lighthearted, you know. I mean,
Yeah, and makes you want to get out on your bicycle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I looked up my bicycle the next day. I was like, yeah, okay, never mind. But he
wonder if
motivated
that,
me
wonder
to
if
look
that
at
thing
it.
holds air.
All right, guys, just wanted to call in and tell you how much I love you.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Dave.
Hey, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Do you know the comedian Louis C.K.?
No, I've heard of that name.
He's a pretty funny guy. I like him, but he said Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving meal isn't over when I'm full. The Thanksgiving meal's over when I hate myself. And yeah, I realized how funny that one really is. You know, yesterday it's like, oh yeah, how true.
That is funny. You know, if anybody wants to commit to just something small, $5, $10, anything helps. You need to go to FVTV11.org. Upper right-hand corner is a donate. Anything above $100, we're giving out a T-shirt, FVTV T-shirt that we just designed. And I don't know if we're going to have it up tonight on the website or up on the back here, but anyways.
He's
But
shaking his head.
what's that?
He's shaking his head. So
He's shaking his head. No, don't talk about it.
Okay.
So, anyways, but we just want to bring to your attention that donations really help to be able to set this venue, set this platform up for individuals to be able to spread the news, and any little bit helps. So.
Yeah.
I know. Okay. So, anyways,
Yeah. Sorry, I was giggling. I was spacing off. I will say, being an amateur and not prepared for this, I just want to explain to the viewers, it is really distracting listening to the earpiece while you're trying to maintain a
Yeah, it is.
conversation. You know, I hope we're doing well, you know, but, you know.
You know, we try to be professional here, but some of us are still learning.
Yeah.
So while we're talking, I got somebody in my ear, hey, what kind of pizza do you want? While I'm talking to them. I'm like, okay, I don't need to know about pizza right in the middle of a conversation. So,
GMO pizza?
yeah, GMO pizza, there you go.
Yeah, GNO.
GNO.
Yeah. You know, another, I don't know why I'm thinking of these just because of Thanksgiving, but Johnny Carson said that the holidays are a magical time of year where people will travel thousands of miles to see family they haven't seen in a year. And then after 3 days, realize why they moved thousands of miles away.
So, anyways, well, we got another phone call coming in. But, so
Well, I'm
please
gonna have a
call
drink of
in,
my beer.
360-693-7544. And please go check out go to our website, fvtv11.org, and check it out. Check out the archives and check out our new videos that have come online. And please participate.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, caller, you're live. You there? Oh, hung up.
Okay. Please try again, caller.
Yep. Oh,
Okay, he's trying again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and just explain that to them.
Yeah. Okay. That was probably another distracting thing for the viewers at home. I want to give our phone number to the other people in Clark County that don't know it yet. 693-7544. Our website is fvtv11.org. And we're attempting to run a telethon / underground show. So if you have any donations you want to give, feel free. You know, if you want to call in, tell us what you do or do not like about the programming, feel free, and I think we're ready to take a call. Okay.
Caller, you're live on the air on Underground. What's your name?
No, I called on the garbage situation.
Oh, Rick.
Okay. Was it Rick or Richard or?
Yeah, Rick's fine.
Okay.
What I was just wondering, you said to come down and talk to you. Where can a person come down and talk to you and meet you at?
4707 Minnehaha. And we're in a business complex, and you'll see our trailer out in front of our building that says FVTV Channel 11 on the side of it, and it's parked right in front of the building. And that goes for anybody that wants to come down and visit us. You're more than welcome to come down. We're usually here probably about 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock. That's what our hours are. So anytime you want to come down, you're more than welcome.
Okay, whereabouts on Minnehaha?
Do you know where St. John's and St. James meet?
Yeah.
If you so you're going east from there, it's approximately about a half a mile on the right-hand side. It's before you get to 47th.
Yeah, if you can find Just Right Auto Repair, we're pretty much across the street, across
Yes.
Minnehaha from that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and there's a business complex. We're in the center building on the east side of it.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to talk to somebody because this garbage situation in Clark County is getting a little out of control.
Yeah, well, you know, you'd be welcome here. You know, you sound like you have something to say, you know, and this is certainly the avenue to do so.
Yep. And by the way, anybody is welcome to come here anytime. This is your station, and we want you to feel welcome here anytime.
Yeah.
All right, well, hey, thank you for calling, Rick.
Thank you, Rick.
We hope to meet you soon. You there? Okay.
He's gone.
All right.
Cool. So
So how do you get guests for the underground?
well, that's a good question.
Are you soliciting for guests?
Yeah, we solicit, we beg,
Plead.
plead.
Hang on to the
So-
pant leg
so
until they
we
promise.
should let
You know, actually, what has happened is through the last couple of years, because we do several shows, Business Spotlight, and we meet a lot of businesses through that, and just different contacts, being over at the Brew Fest, being at the, during the summertime, they have over in the Vancouver Park, they have different events going on, and we just meet different individuals. And so over the time, just kind of build relationships, and we'll bring them in. We got a guy named Gary that we kind of brought on board, where he's contacting interesting people and kind of bring them on board and trying to interview them, pre-interview them before we bring them on. And we got a guy tomorrow night. I have never met this guy. I've just heard of him through another friend. He's got a great following. He just twitters. That's all he does is little things that he sees. He just twitters, and people follow him. He's got over 5,000 people on his Twitter.
Wow.
Yeah, great kid. I should call him a kid because he's younger than me, but just a great guy. And so we're looking forward to meeting him tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's when I start to feel old, is when I start calling people that are adults but younger than me kids. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Son? Yeah.
So do you got any more about the station and where we're going, or what kind of where we left off?
No, we're just, we're working toward the end of the year and by the way, I wonder if we should mention that we're going to be moving. We have, with the Vancouver School of Beauty, has offered to provide us free space. So after the beginning of the year, we should be over there in our new digs. So we're all looking forward to that.
Right.
I've just been curious, when do we actually start the move?
Probably transitions in December.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it's getting close.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Yeah. So, okay, I got somebody talking in my ear once again. So, with this move, what does that mean for FVTV? What do you think is going to happen?
With the move, well, one of the things that it does for us is it reduces our cash outlay. So one of the things we're looking at doing is, with the grant from the county going away at the end of this year, that was $50,000. So not having to pay rent drops our budget. And so with donations and other funds, we have no problem staying in business. We just need to raise funds so we can start paying salaries and keep our employees happy. So, but by the way, I should mention though, we have a couple people that have been paid, but we're also mostly volunteer here at FVTV. We do have some core staff that we try to keep things moving. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So, well, cool. You got anything else, Adrian?
No. So during the transition, at what point will we be going off the air and going to either internet or through the Portland?
Okay, so the plan right now is at the end of December. That's when Channel 11 would be turned away from FVTV. So, unless they decide to extend that, or into the future, because there may be a request for, because when I said that they may be using Portland Community Media to broadcast into Vancouver, Comcast doesn't want that as a permanent solution. So they want to do something else. So we're looking at what kind of proposals we can do.
So the TCC meeting on Wednesday, are we basically asking to be maintained as Channel 11 just without funding?
Well, I'm looking at one. I'd like to remain as the preferred public access provider, as well as, again, I don't want public funds. And I think we can do that, and that's what we've been working on for the last, these last several months.
That's why it's so important right now for individuals to get involved, to show the importance of having a public access TV, because they're doing a lot of things to try to maneuver public access kind of out of the way, but we still think it's important to have this public access. That's why we need the phone calls coming in, we need the emails to actually prove that this is important for, as a, like I keep saying, a platform for the individual and the community to speak from and to be represented, because there's other places that are not representing the community, they're doing their own thing. But here, we are serving the people. We serve you, and we want to be able to hear your voice to be heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, I'm going on with the march to basically keep this, and I'm going to continue the march towards keeping this. But I need the people to basically back us up and really support us. Go ahead and answer when it's.
Okay. We'll probably get the thumbs up soon.
Hey, why don't you tell us when we got the call when it's actually hooked up?
I agree.
Thank you. So, anyways, that's why it's important for everybody to get involved and just share your voice. Back us up as we want to back you up when you have something. We want to back you up as one voice.
Okay. Caller, you're live on the air on Underground.
Hey, Adrian.
Hey.
I've never watched public access before, never put much stock in it or anything. I found you guys a couple of months ago while I was injured and off of work, and yeah, you guys are really important. We don't get news out there, actual news from any other source. I turn on Channel 12 to get some news off the news station. I'm disgusted. Any of the national stations, totally disgusted. So I really appreciate what you guys do. Keep up the good work, and I really appreciate the information that we are getting from you.
Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. And your name escapes me. I'm sorry, sir.
Mitch.
Mitch.
Oh, Mitch. Yeah, thank you so much, Mitch. Where do you live at? Where does he live at?
Yeah, whereabouts in Clark County do you live at, Mitch?
I'm in Orchards.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm in Orchards, and I actually caught your genetic roulette the other day. This is something that me and my wife have been investigating because we have 5 kids. We start off with the vaccines, looking at everything that's going on, and it's freaking terrifying.
Yeah, it is.
Fluoride in the water, looking at everything. So you guys have been a real great source of information and directions to look. There's a lot of information out there, a lot of information on the net, and you guys have been a great resource. I really appreciate it.
Hey, Mitch, we got another one. Matter of fact, I just put 4 more videos up. One's Agenda, and one's Noble Lie, State of Mind, and I can't remember the other one. Oh,
I just caught the tail end of Agenda.
Oh, did you? What'd you think of that?
I think it's great. There's, I'm trying to catch anything I can. I've got 5 kids, so it's in between, kids programming when I can catch it. And yeah.
Yeah, and
you know how it goes.
We got another one coming in. It's about the vaccines and the stuff that they're putting in these vaccines. So I can't wait to get that. I think it's on back order right now, but I've got approval to be able to play this on. But I think you'll like this.
Well, I point is a lot of people at your station. It's hard to. A lot of people have DirecTV now, and I don't know if you're on DirecTV. But anybody that has cable, I tell them that they need to watch Channel 11. Check you guys out, and yeah, I've even ordered some. I got in an argument over Thanksgiving about GMOs, and I went and ordered genetic roulette so I could throw it at some people.
Awesome, man. Hey, when you order that, mention FVTV, please.
I'll actually go back on Alex's website and throw you in there.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you, Mitch.
You got it.
Hey,
You guys have fun.
All right, man. God bless.
Yeah,
You
I guess
too.
those movies would make excellent Christmas gifts.
Yeah. Man, I think I bought like, I can't remember how, 75 of them. I had a special, and I was passing them out. Some just threw them away, but I was like, man.
I like the idea of arguing about GMOs over Thanksgiving with your, 48-pound turkey.
Yeah.
8-pound yams.
Yeah. Shoot, man. No, those are some good phone calls.
Yeah.
Even if they don't agree with us, it's still awesome to hear just the opposite side. It doesn't mean that we have to be against each other.
Yeah, no.
It's just we have differences. You can do whatever you want. That's the point of freedom.
Yeah.
If you want to eat a GMO, great, man. Go ahead. Here's all the
Yeah.
GMO you want. But don't put it on me.
It seemed like we were really hitting a log jam with callers there, all at once. And now that we're hitting a drier spell, if there's a caller where we kind of had to rush, call us back, now that we have a bit more time to talk. I want to throw the number out there one more time. It's 360-693-7544. And, I want to reiterate on what you said, that, it's okay if we don't agree. I think it's better that we don't agree, because it'll be boring if all we did was sit up here and slap each other on the back and tell each other how great and your ideas are perfect and there's nothing wrong with any of it, I got my blood pumping there, we were talking about GMOs, and it was fun, it's like, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I think actually all of the learning really comes through disagreements.
Yes.
It's when we disagree, and then we start getting into, well, why are you disagreeing, and what do you know, and that's how we learn from each other.
Yeah, disagree with an open mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shoot.
Now, are we going to be able to highlight some of our crew?
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to do. I was just kind of letting that kind of calm down for a second, and I was going to bring Dr. Love up.
Dr. Love.
Yeah, Chris Whitmer,
Oh,
known as
yeah.
Dr. Love. So.
Yeah, it sounds like we're about to get a call, but we do plan on interviewing our crew, showcasing everyone who makes this possible.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
And anyone from the community that's calling in wants to come in and throw you on too. Okay, call's ready. Hello, caller. You're live on the air on Underground.
Hi.
Hey, what's your name?
Bob. Yeah, Bob. I think it's just amazing that you've been on this programming as long as you have, with the kind of radical things you're exposing to the public, because their whole thing depends on people not knowing what's going on, because if people knew, there'd be resistance.
Yeah.
So, and you talk about the difficulties you're having being on the air. Well, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, well, hopefully we can turn this boat around, and head toward clearer waters. So what's your name, caller?
Bob.
Bob, okay.
Have you talked about the oil terminal on this program?
The oil criminal?
Terminal?
Terminal.
Oh, terminal. No, I don't really believe we've covered that much.
The oil terminal?
No. I wonder if the public knows that they're trying to put in the biggest oil terminal on the western coast of North America in Vancouver on the Columbia River.
Yeah, I was just reading up on that, Bob, and matter of fact, we were going to start doing some more research on that and kind of bring that up as a topic.
Well, they already. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Bob.
They already. What I heard is they already signed the lease before they had a meeting where the public was able to attend and give their opinion.
That doesn't
The
surprise
lease
me.
had already been signed.
So, Bob, so what do you think the plan of attack is on this? How would you go about exposing this? I mean, we're trying to expose as much as we can by the things that we're doing, but we really need the help from the local area on subjects like this, because we got one thing that's going, we got one guy that's on this Ebola, and we got another person on the riots. We got, it takes a lot of people to cover all this stuff. Is there any way that you can kind of inform us or maybe become involved with giving us a report, or what's your thinking?
I only know a few things, but I know that they have like a 1.8 million gallon tank that they're going to have as a holding tank for this oil as the ships come up the Columbia to the Vancouver port, and it's going to be from I-5 to the mouth of the Willamette on the Washington side, this giant port, and then the oil from north of Texas all the way up to Canada, North Dakota, that oil there, it's going to all be funneled through the gorge, through the scenic gorge that they put the first scenic highway in America, the first paved scenic highway in America. The gorge merited to be the first one. And so they're going to be bringing this oil through there, and if these trains, they're going to have so many trains, long, long trains, and when these trains come through, if they, the gorge weather, or whatever might cause it, if they derail, that oil sinks to the bottom, which makes it extremely hard to clean up. And not only that, but the oil is exceedingly volatile. And when one of those trains, if a train car somehow derails, it blows up like a little nuclear bomb. I mean, it's just mushroom cloud and just, a huge flame ball.
Yeah. One thing, I was just going to say, one thing that just dawned on me is you think just downriver of where it would be is the Ridgefield Wildlife Refuge. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of freaky. All the oil is drifting right down, assuming there's not a fire. If it just all dumps in the water, where's it going to go to?
But see, the Port of Vancouver, I don't know if they're flattered that they've got this big deal coming, but we're being used. Vancouver, they don't care about Vancouver. These are huge corporations that are going to run this oil through, and if it trashes the river, trashes Vancouver, they could care less. It's just, to them, it's a gateway to the ocean, and that's all they care about. And Vancouver, BC, said, no, we don't want it.
Yeah.
Is there any organizations out there fighting this right now?
Yeah, there's a couple, but I don't know exactly the names, so I see them over at Farmers Market quite a bit.
Yeah, actually that would be the thing. Why don't we get one of those organizations and have them come on, and maybe we can do a little video.
Hey, Bob, do you know how to get in one of these organizations that are fighting against this?
No, I don't. No, I don't know anything about that.
You know what, I'm going to segue off just for a second, because you hit up on a good point here. The scenic gorge, they won't allow any billboards up through the scenic gorge. It's against the law to have any of that. Mm-hmm. But they'll have windmills.
Yeah.
It's like, they're more hideous than the billboards. And then here, now they got, you like them?
I think they're kind of aesthetically pleasing. I like watching them.
Yeah.
When I was in Costa Rica with my dad, they had a windmill farm. I thought it was kind of neat to look at, just off out in the fields, watching them slowly turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the whole Vancouver area is expecting that, that earthquake.
Oh, yeah.
And like when Lewis and Clark came through, they saw the towering old growth trees, completely submerged in the river because, it's a huge earthquake. They're thinking 8 or 9 point. That's gigantic. So there's no way in the world, no matter what they do with these oil tanks, that they're going to secure them from, leakage with this volatile oil that's, you hit that with a spark and you've got a bomb.
Yeah.
And they are also planning on putting a series of throughout the city of Vancouver, located in different areas. Yeah. So, they'd be making a minefield of Vancouver if we had an earthquake. Electrical wires, and it'd be hard enough to survive the earthquake on its own, but when you turn us into a minefield, it just shows they do not care about Vancouver.
Yeah. You seem to have a lot of passion about it, Bob. Would you have any interest in coming down and helping us, maybe develop a report or do some research on it?
Well, I'd love to come down sometime and talk to you guys.
Well, we'd love to have you.
Yeah, anytime. But, I want to finish that one thought about the windmills now Bob's saying that they will probably put a pipeline in. How did these guys get away with putting pipelines in, windmills, but you can't put a billboard up?
Yeah.
That just seems kind of absolutely wrong. Bob, you know what? Thank you so much for your phone call. Did you have any other questions?
No, I just want to mention one more thing.
Yeah.
In Portland, they're going through all this stuff about bond measures, and so they can retrofit all the schools in preparation for the earthquake, retrofit the hospitals and all the system facilities. And so it just seems so ironic, with all this precautionary action being taken for this big earthquake they're expecting, and then to have us be doing the polar opposite in Vancouver by bringing in all this oil and all these holding tanks. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No,
and
it doesn't.
I wish the people could be aware of what's going on. It's just another situation like GMOs or whatever, where people are just being used, and you know the story.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
Okay,
thanks.
That's a very good point. The problem is I used to be asleep too, and I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on. And it's hard to be patient sometimes because you just want to shake them and say, man, look, it's right in front of you. The GMOs, there's enough information out there now to tell you exactly what's going on. And people are still in this called normalcy bias. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Yeah.
And even though there's a gun right to their head, it's not happening. And it's kind of frustrating. But that's what's important about this station, is that we're actually trying to wake people up. We know it's going to be a slow process, but I'm just thankful for today on how many people have called in and participated in the donations. Cynthia gave us $100. And, and it was John that gave us $40.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's big. And, not only that, it's just as big as the people calling in.
Mm-hmm.
That's big too.
Yeah, each caller or response we get, whether email or just responses like we've been having tonight, if we can show, that we're having an impact, and we're an asset to this community, that's ammunition for when we go before the TCC board and try and justify our existence.
Yep, and it makes us valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Valuable to the community. And the other thing is, what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to do some live streaming on YouTube. So we're kind of working that direction. That's why we need some more support from the community to get to that next level.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we kind of segued off there. Are you still there, Bob?
Okay, I'll go ahead and hang up. And I was just going to bring a little.
About that.
Well, that's fine. I was just going to bring a little bit up about, as far as people's awareness. It'd be really good if people could find out what's going on with the United Nations in our country and the whole global plan that is underway that's jeopardizing the sovereignty of our nation, and people have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, I think
And,
people are starting to wake up, Bob, because
Yeah.
like
some.
you, me, it just takes a few people to start waking up. And then if you wake up one person, I wake up one person, then all of a sudden now we have 4 people, and we just keep doing that. People are starting to wake up. You know what really woke me up is when I found out the Grand Canyon was owned by the United Nations. A lot of people don't know that.
And if you look on Wikipedia on the internet, they don't say a word. If you look up park system, it doesn't say a word about the United Nations on there.
Right.
And that's just the thing is, they are operating so stealth-like that people don't know that we are all being migrated into population areas, and then the rural areas are being vacated of population, and so we'll be an easily controlled commodity in our bike lane areas. Have you read the book Behind the Green Mask?
Yes.
Excellent book.
Yep. Very good.
Well,
I read
okay.
it a long time ago.
Good night.
Behind the Green Mask?
Yeah, and I hope you come in, Bob. Help us put something together. Help us do a
Yeah, I'd
report.
love to.
All
Okay,
right.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Man, it's really nice to hear a lot of these people calling in. I didn't realize how many people are awake.
Yeah.
I just sitting there just plugging away, and it's like, man, is there anybody out there even listening? And now to
Yeah.
hear these phone calls, I'm just
Yeah.
like, wow, man,
Yeah,
there is
are-
people awake.
Yeah, people are starting to recognize, pay attention, that they have a voice with this show.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess it just pays off, just kind of once you know the truth, just keep pushing through and just keep hammering trying to present the truth in love.
Yeah, it's really making the time go by quick too. When you think, we normally end in 3 minutes, but I think because of the telethon, we're just going to keep going for a little while
let's
longer.
just keep going.
And we haven't even done our crew introductions yet. Can you believe it's been 2 hours?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
We should probably order some more pizza.
GMO pizza.
GMO pizza, yeah.
Ready to take it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, this is GMO Pizza. Delivery or carry out?
Oh, delivery.
All right. We're delivering the truth.
Hey, Rich.
How you doing, Rich?
Pretty good.
So what's on your
I
mind?
was just, commenting on your previous caller about the oil.
Uh-huh.
Do you know if there's a 9-point earthquake, it doesn't matter if there's oil down there or not because the town's going to be in a shambles?
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, what's your drive cars, just like I do. You all want gas for it, but you don't want it in your backyard. It's just like we got to lock prisons up because they're bad, but we don't want the prison in our backyard.
Yeah. Hey, Rich, we value your input, but being as how you've been a frequent caller tonight, we're going to try and clear the line because we have another caller attempting to call in.
But please call back in, at any other time. Yeah, I think he just hung up.
I hope I didn't make you mad, Rich.
Yeah. But I want to make a mention on that, what he just said. It'd be fine if we were using the oil, but a lot of this oil is being shipped over to China. So what do you say about that? It's like, okay, yeah, you can use the debate, well, you're using this oil too. No, they're shipping over, I can't remember how many millions of barrels of oil over to China. It's not just going to us.
Yeah, I think we're coming close to being a net exporter of
Yeah,
oil
a net,
now.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the jobs are appealing. People are, in hard times and unemployed. I can understand. It's like making $20 an hour at the oil fields.
Yep.
All right.
Caller, you're live on the air.
Hey, Adrian, I forgot to tell you something earlier.
Oh,
you were
is
talking
this
about
Mitch?
Monsanto? Yes, sir.
How you
You
doing?
were talking about Monsanto and their cross-pollination. I have a lot of family that are in Iowa and they're corn farmers, and one of my family's field was cross-pollinated with Monsanto's corn, and they actually won their court case.
Awesome.
And they were not able to take their farm.
Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh.
About 2 months ago.
Hey,
Oh,
Mitch,
good.
could we ever get
Looking
any,
up.
Mitch, could we ever get any information from you, like some documents or anything saying how they won that case so we can kind of put it on TV and expose that?
Actually, my mom was just back there. I will ask her to get all the information, and I will get it to you.
Awesome, Mitch.
You're
Thank
awesome,
you.
Mitch. Thank you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey, no problem. Thanks, guys.
All right. Have
Bye-bye.
a good weekend.
You too. Bye.
Cut that
That's,
early.
I like to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, going back to what Richard said, you know, about the 9.0 earthquake, you know, he's probably right. We'd be screwed. You
Oh,
know,
yeah, yeah.
You know, which I guess the high unemployment rate is kind of a benefit, because if we're all living in tents, those won't go over in an earthquake.
Yeah. But, so, anybody that wants to call in again, or some different callers, you want to give the phone number, since you have it memorized?
693-7544.
Or go to our website, FVTV11.org. Well, yeah, here in a minute.
I guess.
We're answering phone calls.
Well, we have a lull in the calls. Maybe we should introduce the crew.
Yeah, we're
Let's
going
do
to
the
do
crew
crew.
introductions.
Yeah.
So,
Mike, sorry about
who should we
that.
start off with?
Well, every time you started making a good point, we were interrupted with calls.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. That's,
Yeah.
I'm not the,
How about we pull up a chair right there next to Adrian, and we'll,
bring the crew up?
yeah,
Oh,
start bringing
okay.
the crew up. Probably need somebody to turn that back light on.
Who's
so,
first?
Yeah,
Want to turn the
Yeah.
spot?
you need to turn that back light on. But, yeah, we got several crew here. Tonight we're a little bit shy of crew because of Thanksgiving.
I don't think we're so much shy on crew. I think we're shy on audience.
Yeah, we.
Oh,
we have
yeah.
large
Well,
audience.
two of our crew, Carol and Sue, are gone.
Well, yeah, yeah.
But,
Excuse us
Hey,
while we rearrange.
John, you want to come up first? John's shy.
Happy Friday, y'all.
So, yeah, we had some really good callers tonight. You know, as
Hell
crew
yeah.
setting up.
That's
Let's,
impressive.
you know, talk about that. That really
Yeah.
helps out. It helps out this station to know the direction that we need to be going in, and it just solidifies that we're on the right path. So, even though some people disagree with it, you know what? It's okay to disagree. But we need to continue on trying to search for truth. So, anyways, we got Jesse here. He's our sound guy. He's been with us for quite a while, and been through some ups and downs, but he just keeps pulling through and pulling little tricks out.
Well, you know, my producer doesn't make this really easy for me. He tends to make things challenge, you know. Mike always makes my life challenging here at FVTV, and I'm actually pretty happy with a lot of the work that's accomplished here and how much effort these guys put in and how much effort all the other people who are behind the scenes right now put in. It's a wonderful experience behind the camera, in front of the camera. I'm proud of you guys for putting your voice out there, letting the community know that, you know, they have a voice. This is their outlet. This is their opportunity. And I encourage those people to take that chance to make that opportunity happen. So yeah, I mean, I'm Jesse Rainey. I run the audio sound here most of the time. I got extra help today, so I can sit right here and talk to you guys. And yeah.
Jesse, how did you get involved with FVTV?
Well, you see, when I first came here, I was actually a college intern looking for credits for my college hours or for my internship hours, and I had to have a certain number of them. So I came here to FVTV. Come to find out, you guys never had interns before. So I was I was a little standoffish at that, to be honest with you. But
now we have, right?
Well, that being said, even though you guys had never dealt with interns up to that point, it was actually a good experience for you guys, good experience for us. Because you actually were flexible with us, allowed us to find our own content, to bring to the station, to complete our hours. We went out and did a full season of basketball and brought all that footage back to you guys, and you were able to air it. And great kudos to Chris for setting that all up. I mean, if he hadn't found you guys for me, if he hadn't arranged all that, we would not have had all our internship hours done.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Mutually beneficial.
I mean, it is mutually beneficial because, you know.
That was about 2 years ago, was that?
That was a year ago, actually.
Year ago.
Yeah, it was about a year ago. And I have never looked back since. That's why I came back to the station after a leave of a short amount of time. And I'm expecting big things from this station. And one of the things that I've been pushing for is going out, reaching out back to the college that I came from, and letting them know, you know, you have options here. You can send students here to learn. And I've recommended this to the board of FVTV. I've talked to Mike about it. And it would be nice to have, you know, maybe 3 students come in every term, give them the hours. We have the manpower then, and it would be amazing. And, you know, it's more, not just so much like the community, it's all about people in general, being able to come in and work as a collective of friends, comrades in this one home. I would like to call this home.
If there's one thing you could say to the audience, what would it be?
About FVTV?
Yeah, about how, you know, to get involved, or just what's the importance of them being a part of this family?
I would say it's a learning experience. That's the big thing, because and Mike says this all the time, and it drives me nuts every time he says it, because if I had $1 for every time he says it. It's the next level. It's always building, it's always growing, and that's the great thing about community access, because not everyone's going to know everything, but it's good to build off of each other. I have technical knowledge. You as a producer are very well rounded, and it's good that we learn off of each other and build.
Right. We call it character building.
Character building, yes. Yes.
So, any more questions for Jesse?
Do you have any groupies?
Do I have any groupies?
Like, oh, you're that sound guy from the Underground Show. Beating them off with a stick.
I don't know about that. If anyone's the ladies' man, that's definitely Chris.
Dr. Love.
Yeah, no, he's giving me that awkward look. Yeah. But
Wait till he's up here.
All right. No, but what I'd like to say though is through my schooling, through my time here, I have met a lot of people, and because of that, we have built these series of connections, me and Chris, and developed a group that we call Rainy Media, and I'm going to plan on featuring that later, probably tomorrow, more than likely, about Rainy Media, what we do, what we're about. And it's just like FVTV. It's about building this family of people who are filmmakers who know the ins and outs of our field, and from there we're able to do things, build things, make things.
Yep.
And it's just the same thing as FVTV, just a little more cinema, a little less news.
Yeah. Well, what I hear you saying is this is basically a platform for people to kind of jumpstart into something else. So, you know, we welcome that. You know, we want to help people to learn and get involved. And you know what? If you want to try something else, man, we'll back you up 100%.
Yep.
We don't want to just trap you into one spot and say, oh, no, this is where you're going to stay for the rest of your life. We want to help you kind of expand. That's the whole point about getting truth out. It's allowing people to grow and become the best that they can instead of trying to hold on to people. So, yeah, I've seen some of your guys' work. It's pretty good.
Yep.
By the way, we don't have to do just news.
Well, I know.
If you've got some really cool video that you want to show,
Right.
you just let us know.
Well, I mean, this is something I'm going to start bringing forward to you guys as time progresses, as more projects keep getting made. Because, you know, filmmaking is a long, tedious process. It's not something you can film in a short amount of time like news is. There's a lot of planning, there's a lot of things that go involved, and we have a few films that we could show you guys and put on the air. And that's, you know, I'm shooting for Saturday was when I'm going to start doing that, and I'll probably give you guys some files so you guys can play those.
Cool.
One other thing, and when I talk about the internship thing, I don't mean you have to be knowledgeable about this kind of work. You don't need to know these things, but you need to have the willingness to learn. You know, you come in, me and Chris are very skilled in the field, not to brag, but we can teach you these things. We can we can give you the knowledge, the experience, and that's the whole point of having this family is teaching you guys, giving you the option to tell your story, and that's what it's all about, in my opinion.
It's good.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So, and I just want to make mention that this is not just a news station. It might come across as that, but we're trying to make it more just an information station where people want to be informed. They can come here, be informed. Yeah, we do some kind of goofy things here and there. You know, there's some really fun things on TV, but we need some lightheartedness also, because too much dreariness. What's that saying? Too much dreariness makes Bob dreary. I can't remember. I'm going to butcher it out.
All work and no play.
Yeah, all work and no play. But we need to have. That's why we welcome other stuff to come in. That's why we try to mix it up. We want to inform the people, so there is some news, but we're not trying to make that as our main focus is news. We're trying to mix it up where it's, you know, 50-50, 40-30, you know, however it works out. But we want to be an information station.
Yeah.
To inform the public.
So anyone else from the crew want to come up?
David? Come on, man. We need someone good looking now after the last one. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I know. Hopefully Jesse heard me. How you doing,
sir.
David?
Good, good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So to the audience, this is Dave. Him and John and Leah have been with us for, I don't know, ever since the second show?
Yeah,
Or was it
second
the
show.
third?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, it's
came
been a
on
couple
board.
months now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the chief technical engineer at a smaller production company. We're a startup company. We're called Starrise Entertainment. And we were looking for a little education on some things, lighting and camera work and whatnot. And we came by the station, and lo and behold, you guys gave us work. You know, it's just been fun. You know, every Friday night we come down here and we sling it. And
What do you do with all the extra money you make working here?
non-existent. Hang on a second.
And here we thought you guys were just coming for the pizza.
Well, there is good pizza. There is. GMO or not.
GMO pizza. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, it's just been a great experience. It's great hearing my friends and family, you know, see the program and getting input from them, and it's just exciting.
It's been good having you. You know, it's nice having a full crew where, you know, Ginger will remember, you know, when I first started volunteering here, it was just, you know, basically her, and then I was doing all the cameras, and then there was a guy in the booth, you know, running everything else. And it was just three of us. I mean, you know, for a few shows.
I couldn't imagine. There is so much going on behind the scenes that people don't know. I mean, the chatter in the headset is you can go a little nuts with that. You know, not knowing which camera angle to get on what, who to shoot when. You know, somebody will start talking in the headset and it'll throw you off completely because you got a whole different world going on. And it's fun though. It's fun.
Yeah, it is.
So how long you been in the film industry?
I've been in and out of it for about 6 years now, 7 years. Nothing professional at all, just kind of goofing around with my family and stuff and a few friends in Portland. But yeah, now we're getting pretty serious now. We've doctored up a few scripts for next year. We're going to start shooting some real film next year, a couple movies we have in the hopper.
Oh, cool.
Mostly we do industrial stuff and commercial stuff right now at Starrise. We did a PSA for the Vancouver Chamber of Commerce. We did 4 of those. We just did an attorney commercial. We just did a how-to video on planting plants and whatnot for a local nursery. God, you guys put me on the spot tonight. I didn't even know I was going to be up here.
You're doing
That's
fine.
what we do, man.
Yeah.
Shock and awe.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Now, you guys are involved with, what's that illness?
Oh, NAMI, the National Association for Mental Illness. They're kind of they're a nonprofit group. They pretty much put out information for people with mental health issues. They have group meetings and whatnot, and they're doing a whole documentary on shining a spotlight on that aspect. You know, I think it's like 2% of the population bipolar, 1% has schizophrenia, and they're trying to like get awareness out there so it's not so stigmatized anymore. Yeah, that's what we're doing with them. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, cool. Well, thank you.
So if you had anything to say to the viewers, what would it be? You know, what I'm trying to say is, how would you say to the viewers, why is it important to come to Fort Vancouver TV? would
Why
they
is it
wanna
important to
come
keep
there?
it alive? I mean, this is the only vehicle we have for this. You know, all towns have a public access, but I mean, you can come down and shine a light on anything you want to shine it on here. I mean, it's a place to have a voice and be heard and not be, you know, edited out or you know, censored. So I mean, it's awesome. I mean, it's really awesome. Yeah. You don't want to lose it, man. Got to use it or lose it. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why we need the people to get involved and back us up, and just be a part of this team and just trying to keep this thing alive.
Absolutely.
Because I think once we lose this platform, it's going to be really hard for the individual to actually get their voice out. Yeah, you got YouTube, you got some other channels, but this has a specific stream to get to certain people.
Right, local people.
Yeah, local people.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you, David,
Thanks,
for
guys.
being part of the team.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dave.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Glad to have you.
So I think the next guy we want to talk to is John. Okay. Come on down. You're on Price is Right.
We should all be yelling up and down. And come on down.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm John. I'm the CEO of Star Rise Entertainment. And my involvement here is not turned on. Oh. It helps to turn the mic on.
Yeah, there we go.
I
What's your
think
name
I would
again?
know that.
What's your name again?
My name's John Kugler. I'm the founder and CEO of Star Rise Entertainment. We got involved with FVTV 11, like Dave was saying, just recently again. I was here last year, about a year and a half ago, did a project here, and was a little bit involved with the team that I had then. And I think one of my founding philosophies with being a local company is to be locally involved. So Star Rise, for us, this really fits as far as giving our time. It's also an educational process. You know, we hope to do some projects as well, you know, for the television station here to make it just as exciting as the Underground show is, which I love very much. And I love the format that you guys do. It's growing, and things are moving along and progressing, which I think is awesome. And each show that we do gets better and better, and I really like that. So,
Yeah, I agree.
And how long have you been in the industry, film industry?
well, I started out a little while ago. Back in the early '80s, I used to be an actor in the Philippines.
Wow.
So it's kind of the back way to Hollywood. My goal was to be a Hollywood actor when I was studying at Washington State University, but they didn't have like acting in front of television. All they had was communication. So I changed my degree from chemical engineering to theater. Quite a switch. I realized the chemical engineering thing did not fly as well with my personality anyway and study habits at the time. But I ended up doing that theater degree, but fortunately I had a friend that was a famous singer and movie star in the Philippines that just happened to be living in Spokane. So she invited me to come over on spring break from Washington State just for like a week. And I ended up getting there, and I met movie people within 3 days and found an agent and stayed and didn't return home to the United States for 2.5 years later.
Wow.
So got married there, had my first child there. So it was a great experience, nothing that college could have ever brought to me. And plus with a business. It was a different time then too, as far as like how movies were made. As a matter of fact, the one movie I co-starred in, Raw Force, which is loaded on YouTube right now, and I guess they just made it into Blu-ray, and it looks so much better on Blu-ray. But anyway, that's kind of it's a rated R movie, you know, classic horror, kung fu type movie. But my goal is...
Would we be able to see you in the movie?
What's
Are
that?
Are you in the movie?
Oh, yeah. I play a major role in that one.
Oh.
So
Could you spell that out? I want to look this up.
it's called Raw Force.
Raw Force.
Raw Force.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, it's one of the movies in slate for Star Rise. I want to do Raw Force 2. So
The
that's
sequel, I've been
that's my
waiting
goal.
for it.
Yeah, we want to kind of shoot it in an early '80s type style in a way. Would be awesome if we could do that, because the movie actually says at the very end to be continued. So I mean, there's no reason for me not to do that in the next 3 years, and that type of thing.
I just got a random oddball question, which sometimes are the funnest. So in the Philippines, do they, you know, in America, especially back in like the 70s, you know, we had like the racial stereotypes, you know, like the, you know, back in the 50s, we had the Chinese stereotype that people thought all the Chinese would be, or the blaxploitation films of the 70s. You know, in the Philippines, do they have a stereotype of us, like, oh, this is the way an American acts on film?
Oh, yeah, it's very, it's very typical. Their persona of how things are here, and they're so Americanized anyway.
Oh.
You know, because they were a territory of the United States for almost 50 years. So when they see an American, but they just assume that they already know, because they can, almost the majority of them can speak English. So they just assume that they know what we think and how we think because of how much information that they have about the United States and the traveling and as far as like people going back and forth. There was at one point in time, and I don't know what the stats are now for immigration for Filipinos to the United States, but back then in the 80s, it was up to 36,000 a year were allowed to immigrate to the United States per year at that point in time. So there's and also for Filipinos, because when we had the military bases there, Subic Naval Base and Clark Air Base, Filipinos could also at that point in time join the service and get their citizenship green card that way, because we had such a close tie with the country at that point in time.
Huh.
So it was pretty fascinating times.
Yeah.
So are you a martial artist then?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, right.
So can you do the splits?
Far from it. As a matter of fact, you watch Raw Force, you're not going to see me make too many kung fu karate moves, even though I'm one of the guys from the Burbank Karate Club. Yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I hate to say it, but yeah, if you watch the movie, you'll see Jillian Kistner is her name, and actually they throw it up on YouTube. There's a bunch of things like China, Jillian Kistner, for girls that kick rear ends. I'll say it appropriately here, kick rear ends.
Yeah.
Well, they have like that 2-minute clip of me getting kicked by Jillian Kistner in a bikini. Yeah.
Wait, you're in the bikini or Jillian?
No, I'm not in the bikini. Jillian is.
So what's your character's name in this movie?
Gary Schwartz. And actually my screen name, which I still use it, is actually John Locke.
John Locke.
Yeah, so you see I'm like number 10 in the credits or something like that at the end.
Okay.
So what would be something that's important from your viewpoint that our viewers should know? Why would it be important for them to get involved with FVTV?
Well, public access is really important. It's not something that we should ever let go away. So one of the reasons why we got involved so quickly, you know, with the station, with all the change-ups and stuff like that that's going on right now, is that this is not something that we want to lose out of Vancouver. I'm a firm believer. I mean, I love Portland. It's a great city. It's in Oregon. It's across the river. It's very progressive. But Vancouver was here first. I'm sorry. It was here first. And I'm kind of one of those people that believe in the underdogs, and that you should stick by that. You know, whether you're winning 100% or not doesn't matter. You never give up on the person that's struggling. Giving back and helping is just one of my philosophies. And for those of you that are out there, it's like participating with this public access TV channel and helping it grow here is really, really important. Just like they were talking about the internships and the programming here, this is something that everybody here should be involved in one way, form, or another. Whether you're supporting it financially, whether you want to come down and be a part of it, if you want to learn something about it, or just pass the word on to others. But that's my firm belief on where things are now and what I believe with the FET 11 push at this point in time.
Very well said.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. I appreciate
Well,
you
we
guys
loved
letting me-
having you here, so thank
Yeah,
you.
no, you're a great asset.
Not a problem. Well, I love you guys very much. This
Yeah,
is very
same here.
fun. I wasn't expecting to be on camera, so hopefully my hair is all
Yes.
nice and messed up from
Oh.
wearing this headset. But, you know, that's the way it goes. It's real. This is a real show, folks. It's a real show. So, but thanks for having me up here. I'll let some of the other crew
All right.
get in here. and
Thank you,
we'll go
John.
from there.
Thank
All
you.
right, guys.
You know, I got a funny story about a kind of an acquaintance of mine. He was watching these kung fu movies, and I think there was one kung fu movie where they got on the chairs and they were kind of stretching their legs, so they were doing the splits
yes.
on the chairs. And he got the bright idea that he would do the same thing, and the chair slipped, and he said he just basically ripped his groin out, and he was laid up for like 2 weeks. He said he couldn't walk. He said, but from that point on, he could do the splits. So he became a very phenomenal dancer. So every weekend, he'd go get him a new pair of pants, go out and start having a dance-off with these girls, and his signature move was to do the splits. Well, every time he did it, he ripped his pants out.
Yeah.
So he'd go back to the same store every week, change the pants in, and they're like, why do you keep ripping these pants out? So he had to tell the story to these people who had
And then he
doing
switched to
splits.
hammer pants.
Yeah, so hammer, the parachute pants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that could be a Paul Harvey story, you know. And that little boy's name was MC Hammer. And now you know the rest of the story.
Yeah, perfect. So should we get Dr. Love up here?
Hey, Chris, come on up.
Dr. Love.
Hand up.
Yeah, Chris wants to start a show called The Love Connection. That's why we call him Dr. Love. But on a serious note, he's our video guy, and he's the one that goes out and gets the tough shots, gets in front of all the protesters and horses and risks his life.
So how are you today, Doctor?
We're waiting for
I'm
the
I'm
camera
not
guy to
sure the main camera person is not running the camera right now, so they're all worried.
We got the sound guy on camera.
So anyways, I just want to say, if anybody wants to call in, the number is 360-693-7544, or please go to our website, fvtv11.org, and just get involved. Even if you just want to say hi, email us, all that helps to support our cause. And anyways, so back to Chris. He's our video guy, and he's doing a very good job. He's been a great asset to this team. And tell us about how you almost got ran over by that horse.
Oh, okay, well, I went down to the Michael Brown protest, which was run not by Delta Force people, sadly enough. I was hoping that I could see someone like that, but no. It was just a bunch of religious people who ran it, and then there was a bunch of revolutionary groups that I'm part of that were partnering with these people to have a big march and a vigil. And then once nothing happened in the permanent march, it was completely peaceful. There weren't even any cops around. And then they had the vigil, and then when the religious leadership started breaking into song, like maybe 30 people sung with them, and the other 2,000 people were like, we didn't come here to sing songs, we came here to tell the police to F off. Like, we're tired of them shooting us.
Yeah.
And so they broke away, and then they did the whole protest, and once again, nothing was really damaged. They were just walking through traffic, trying to block traffic, trying to shut down the city in honor of this poor kid who got shot. And eventually what happened is they got to a side road that was next to the interstate, and they wanted to, like they did in California and a lot of other cities, they wanted to try and stop this one on-ramp to 84, like this 2-lane on-ramp that there wasn't much traffic on anyway. More symbolically to just be like, we're gonna stop it. But before they made the corner, all of a sudden these 50 horses just burst through the crowd, and then the riot police van came flying around, and the riot cops started coming out, and that's when that clip started. And when I was filming, we got some B-roll here of it, beautiful B-roll. Oh my God, I mean, really, this camera work here is probably award-winning. I mean, let's think about it, people. Let's really sit down and think about it. No. And I did this with my crappy camera. This is actually the last shot in the video, but I wasn't able to get to the station that day and get the decent camera, so I was actually I was a little bit more in danger than I usually am. Usually I have a camera that says, hey, I'm media on me, where usually the cops won't mess with me. Now it's going to go to autoplay. It's going to play the basketball game, which they can't show till tomorrow. But, yeah, they just came bursting through there, and they just started running people over with the horses. And then they just started grabbing people out of the crowd, and because they knew that the crowd was.
This is it right here.
Yeah, this is it. So the cops notice how. So watch the guy at the big camera. The cops don't mess with the guy at the big camera, but they mess with me because I have the small camera that day. You'll see a horse's head in the left frame. There you go. Yeah. So since I film these a lot, I know how to stay safe when I film them. But I'm not going to be doing it again with a small camera unless I have a reporter with me or I have a bigger camera. It's just.
How do you stay safe in an environment like that?
Well, the way you stay safe in an environment like that is you stay across from the action. You stay by the media. If you're part of the media, you're going to want to stay by the media anyway because that's where the shots are going to be. You never want to be in an enclosed area. You'll see later on the video if you've watched it, and hopefully the folks at home have.
Yeah, just let it keep running.
But usually what happens is they'll end up in enclosed spaces, like on-ramps or off-ramps, or they'll be on a road, and then there's a line of police. And the rule is you never want to be between the police and the protesters. If you're between those two people, you're going to get tear-gassed or hit, or your camera's going to get busted. There's actually a really popular video from the recent pro-democracy protesters in Hong Kong, and there's this camera guy, and he's running up towards the line of police with the rest of the crowd, and they shoot a tear-gas canister, and where does it land? Right on his camera, blows up the whole camera. Wow. But the footage was saved, so that's great. So yeah. Anyway, so I mean, you always stay opposite of them. When they go to one sidewalk, you go to the opposite sidewalk. You never get between the cops and the protesters, and you typically just want to stay kind of on the outskirts of stuff. And usually, well, when tensions aren't very high, it's fine to march with them, and you can get some really good stuff. And they actually get really angry sometimes with mainstream media, like the Fox people. They don't like the Fox people. Now in Portland, it's a little bit different. The only real station they don't like at all is I forget which one it is, but I know that they're not too friendly at K2, so K2 just doesn't come out to this kind of stuff. So if you watch K2, you won't actually see this.
Now, why is that?
Because K2, so here's the thing. I have a lot of friends in the media industry in Portland, and Portland actually isn't, some of the stations aren't owned by the big companies. They're subsidies of the big companies, and they get less money and they get less importance because you have Seattle so close. So because Portland's a smaller market, you can have more independent media, and the guy from Coin was with me the whole time. Like, we were following each other through the whole protest, and we were the only two stations that followed the whole thing. So after the breakout crowd, after that initial incident, and they moved back into downtown, because the Coin people were still there, the protesters were very friendly. They were giving interviews. They were talking with the guy. They were making sure that, that they were getting good shots and everything. Because, they'll do that. They will help out the media because that's what they want. They just want your attention so that way you can come out and join us and help change what's going on. Help fight the militarization of the police. Yeah, because Portland's a very interesting city. Media-wise, it really is. There's a lot of independent media in Portland. The public access it's run by a bunch of very mean people, which is why you should support Channel 11. You should really support Channel 11, actually. And that's why you should call in, or maybe not call in. Just go to the website, choose the donation link. Please donate some money so I can finally get a job and my mother won't hate me anymore. So,
She probably doesn't hate you. She probably just.
No, it is true.
Yeah. I mean, no, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. That's funny you brought up the, what was it, the George Carlin joke or something, where like you go home thousands of miles to realize why you're thousands of miles away.
Johnny Carson, I think it was.
Yeah. Johnny Carson joke. Yeah, that's me. But anyway, this station's great, and I hope you're ready for a crap ton of basketball games.
So were you there? Were you representing FVTV?
I was representing.
Or your.
I mean. I work with a group that was in it, but I don't typically represent them just because they have their own newspaper, and my comrades will write a newspaper article, and that gets circulated around for them, and they take some pictures and stuff. So sometimes I do video for them, but usually for protests and stuff, I'm representing the station because I want to do my dream job is to do news. So if I can shoot for the station news, that's my dream. That's what I want to do. So that makes me incredibly happy. So of course, I tell people, oh, I'm with Channel 11. I'm with Channel 11. We're independent media. And the second I say public access, I get interviews like that. Like they love it. They love it. They're like, oh my gosh, you're not going to edit us? Probably not if you keep it quick. Usually when I interview people though, and I don't want to edit them, I say you have 30 seconds, talk. And then after 30 seconds, I turn the camera off. So it's done. Yeah, but I filmed. I've been doing this since I was in middle school. I've been doing this for, God, 12 years. 12 years. I'm only 25.
Wow.
So, yeah, and if you come down here, I can teach you everything you need to know about cameras, like everything. Jesse, I think, as you asked Jesse how he got involved with the station, so I'll just tell you all a little bit about how that happened. So I started coming down here, and I saw the potential of the station. I saw that it was independent. I saw that it wasn't run by a bunch of rude people in Portland, and I liked it a lot. And I needed internship credits. And my friend Jesse needed internship credits, and my friend Ed needed internship credits. And because, really, I care more about other people than I do myself. But I said this will help me get the 3 closest friends I have, degrees. Like this is going to help us finish what we need to do, and it's also going to help me do something that I love as well, not just news, but I love basketball. I'm from Indiana, Valparaiso, Indiana. Go Crusaders! Because they went to the Sweet 16 in 1998. Amazing team. And since then, I've wanted to film basketball too, along with news. So I brought Jesse down. I dragged him into it, and I'm like, we're going to do a basketball season, and we're going to get 90 hours of credits. That's how we're going to get 90 hours, by doing a basketball season. I think we ended up doing like 130 hours or something crazy. And that season was, oh my God, we used the old cameras and recorded the tape, and it was just a nightmare. Everything was a nightmare to work with.
Were you on the Volcanoes?
No. Well, I did Volcanoes after that, but we were doing the Portland Community College games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
right.
right.
A couple times. And yeah, so we did all those games, and the station got all those games, and eventually by the end of the season, we had figured out the best way to work that old equipment. And this year, we have new equipment, and we're teaming up with Media Services, and Saturdays on Channel 11, you can watch all the basketball games you want, because there's going to be a ton of them, even if you don't like them. Yeah. So that's how I got involved in the station, and I want to see it grow. I want to be able to call this my workplace. I want to be able to help people for years through this station, and I want to always be able to give somebody new that big shoulder camera and have their eyes just light up. I've seen it happen like 3 or 4 times, like with this guy over here. Holding the camera right now, that guy, his eyes are just huge. He's so excited, and he loves it. It's exciting. This is fun, and nothing makes me feel better than that. Nothing.
So why is it important for the community of Vancouver to get involved?
It's important for the community of Vancouver to get involved because I can tell you right now, the media in Portland doesn't give a crap about you in Vancouver. They don't. They come up here because you're their viewership, and you are 10% of their viewership. So OPB cares more about you than all the news channels in Portland. Like OPB cares more, and they don't do anything up here. They opened up a radio station. That's real helpful, guys. So yeah, like this is your only voice. Like this is your voice for eventually down the road. This is going to be your voice for news. This is going to be your voice for local sports. This is going to be your voice for filmmakers. If you're a filmmaker, this is the best tool in the world. If you're starting out in filmmaking, oh, I want to make a movie, I go to high school, but my friends can't really act, and I really need to learn how to use a camera better, then come down here. We'll teach you, and we can put your films up, and that's the whole point of this. The point is that we can always continue to help each other, help the community, and spread information, because that's what it's all about. And the great thing about TV, unlike YouTube, once it gets broadcasted, it stays in the air forever.
Yeah, and the other thing is we offer, even if you already have some skills, you can come here and we allow you to rent the space to do your own films. So we have a lot of opportunities here for everybody. Any level you're at, we have it here. So if you don't have a space, you don't know how to use a camera, but you want to be filmed, you want to kind of do your own documentary, call us. Come in here. You already got it. You're a star, a natural star. We'll put you right on.
You'll be right in that middle desk right there.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep, you can
Exactly.
be the next Oprah or
Yep.
Wayne's World or whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
Hey, Wayne's World was public access.
Yep.
Oh, and also, I just want to let everybody know for the telethon, tomorrow we're doing a one-time show called Love Connection, and I'm your host, so tune
Yeah,
into
it's
that.
going to be early morning.
It ain't going to be early morning because I'm going to be sleeping. Okay.
So anyways, Chris, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You guys can come down and see Chris. Not only will he teach you video, but he will entertain you.
Whether you want to be or not.
Yes, he's a blast. So anyways,
next?
how are we doing?
How about the back room there?
Yeah, we got 2 more people.
Hey,
but,
Ginger, why don't you come up?
Yeah, how about, we should do, we got Leah back there too.
Leah
Oh,
or
yeah,
Ginger?
Leah, yes.
Yeah,
There
I was
she is.
thinking Leah, bring Leah up, and then we'll bring Ginger,
Ginger,
whoever
I guess.
comes out first. So anyways, anybody wants to have a call, wants to call us at 360-693-7544. And like I said, once again, please go to our website and just say hi or something. Just, just put something on there, email us, and let us know, your thoughts and what you feel about the station.
Hi.
Hello.
Ginger.
It's good to be in front of the camera again.
Been a while.
We've been hiding her in the whisper room. Locked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
So
This
how's
is a
it
good
feel like being underneath the lights again?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love being under the lights. It's
Work on
awesome.
your tan.
Yeah, exactly.
So Ginger's the
Yeah.
director.
So she's the director of Underground, and she's been in the spot for 4 or 5 weeks now.
How many shows have we done?
This
5?
is number 5, I think.
Yeah,
number
5.
5. Yep, we've come a long ways. And so how'd you get involved with FVTV?
Oh, I've been here for about a year and a half, and I have my own business, and so I was getting a little tired of being my own boss for a while, and so I asked my friend who was involved down here. He's no longer here, but he used to be, and I asked him, is there any mundane stuff you want done at the station, because I'd really like to come down and see what this place is like. And so he said, yeah, come on down. So the first thing he had me do was come down for the shuffle. And for those of you who don't know what the shuffle is, it was a live show kind of like this that we did, but it was for the general public to come in and just be in front of the camera and teach us something, or dance or juggle, or we had a balloon guy. I'd bring some animals, whatever. And so they'd come on down and come play with us, and I became then the host of that. It's like, how did I get that job? But anyway, I got it. And but then I also started coming in during the day, and he taught me how to throw some of the programs up and learn how to do the programming. So those outlines and all the shows you got to see, I used to do that. And I don't do that so much anymore. But then, and I just kind of stayed here. And it's just been wonderful and fun ever since. And I met some fabulous people who've come and gone, and some of us have stuck around.
Yeah. Home away from home.
Exactly.
So what's important, why is it important for the community to get involved with FVTV?
Wow, this is because this is everybody's station. This doesn't belong to the city, this doesn't belong to me, this belongs to everybody here. And as you all guys were saying about being, the truth, searching for the truth and having your say and not being edited and all that stuff, true, but it's also a family here. It's a place you can come on down and get your geek on if you want to. You can learn something new or learn how to be in front of a camera. I remember the first time I was on camera, and I remember sitting up here, probably where Michael is, in fact, and thinking, as they were counting down 5, 4, 3, ready to go live, thinking, okay, I can't puke now. I have to wait. And so wait till off camera. And all my fluids stayed in place. And it was a very good time. I learned that it was very fun to be in front of the camera. And so because of that, my public speaking has increased, and I can pretty much do anything in front of a camera. Well, okay, not quite, but it's a lot of fun here. Yeah. And so I encourage anybody to come on down and play with us. because there's some serious things that happen here, but mostly it's fun and learning, and we have a good time. And there's it's a very family feeling. It's cool, and I would hate to ever see that go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I share your sentiment about the first time on camera. You were there.
I was.
Yeah. Captain Choke.
And I think that was the time when you were going for the freeholders?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I introduced you as the freeloader.
Yeah, the freeloader.
Whoops.
Yeah. That was good times, though.
It was. We had a good time. It was
Yeah.
a good time. And when was the first time you were on, Michael?
First time I was on?
Yeah.
Actually, I've never been on until
Oh, you really?
Underground?
I've never tried to be in the public.
Oh, wow.
I'm just a volunteer. I've been behind the scenes, working on the board, basically keeping the business running.
Cool. Wow. We had Mike in front of the camera like the minute he walked in.
No, they put me in the switcher room the first time, and then the second time they put me on stage and I fell off of it because the lights were right in my eyes, and I missed the step and went into the mics.
The whiskey had nothing to do with it.
Nope.
No.
No.
It was the light.
See, you're natural already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was a shuffle, I think.
So now you've produced a couple of films.
Mhm.
Can you tell us about those two?
What I do, for my business, I work with animals, and so one of the things I wanted to do was my goal for coming down here in the first place was to make YouTube videos. And so I was able to do that, but not until recently, actually. So I just kind of started working here instead. And so yeah, I've made two now. Because of here, I've learned the skills on how to run a camera, how to be in front of a camera, how to do the sound, how to do the lights, and it's been really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, you just finished one up. It's called The Horse Show?
Mm-hmm.
The horse
Yeah,
shooting?
the horseshoeing show.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we played
Horse
it a couple
shooting?
Shoe.
Oh,
Shoeing.
shoe.
How to, horse hoof care. Yes.
Yeah.
That would be a sad video, the horse shooting.
Yeah, no, we don't do that.
Yeah.
No animals were killed in the making of this
Yeah.
video.
Your very first one was the snail show, and we played that several times
Mhm.
through the time. And you got a sequel of that
Yes.
coming out, right?
It's Slow Show?
The slug show.
That one's going to be really slow. But it's been very fun. And I've been involved in a lot of Molanabi's news shows, and it's been cool, very cool. Yeah.
So what has been the best part of being here?
The camaraderie, the friendships, the family, the relationships that I will never give up. Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
It's been awesome.
Do you have any last bit of comments?
Adrian needs a Kleenex, please.
Adrian's crying.
I encourage you to come on down, and I also, of course, I encourage you to donate if you can. And donation, again, I'm going to repeat, doesn't necessarily mean monetarily, although we would love that. But come on down and donate your time. We are a station that's run with volunteers, and our volunteers are our survival. And we'd love to have you come on down. We'll teach you everything. We'll treat you nice, mostly, right? And
Generally, yeah.
You'll have a good time. You really will. It's a fun place.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ginger.
Sure.
Yeah, it's real important for people to get involved with a public access station because there's a lot of things that can be birthed out of this. I mean, you can start your own show. You can end up, it's unlimited, especially when you're given the opportunity. You can just learn different things and just take it onto a career path.
Yeah, it's interesting. I always like to think of, we were playing some Alex Jones, but Alex Jones, people may not realize, he started on public access down in Texas.
Yeah, he did.
And then just kept going, and now he's probably an international phenomenon.
Yeah, he is. And he's not government sponsored or, and that's kind of like what we want to do. People beat up people like that when they're self-made, success. You know what? Kudos to them. What I don't like is when you get tax deductions, you get all these little handouts to be successful. Well, you're not playing the same game I am. Let's make it fair.
Yeah.
So, and that's where I really stand up for the small person. You got something going on. That's what I'm here for, is I really want to stand up, back up the guy that's getting beat up by the bully. So we got Leah.
Oh, Leah.
Leah's our, this is the
Princess Leah.
Princess Leah. There we go. This is David's fiance.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah,
Hello,
how's your Thanksgiving?
everyone. My Thanksgiving was good. It was very busy. We're doing it twice. We're doing it again tomorrow. So, but yeah, it's good. A lot of good people, good family, good friends. So, yeah.
I don't know how people can do so many Thanksgivings one after another. One is like, I'm done.
A lot of divorcees.
Yeah, it's getting all the spread out children all in one house at the same time. So, yeah. Yeah.
So how'd you get involved with film?
Well, I started out when I was very young as a performer. I started out singing when I was very young. I was in my first musical at 5. At 8, I was sang in a film for Francis Ford Coppola, who does the Godfather movies, and went up from there, and then had some really wonderful experiences as a singer, and started to learn about and love the behind the scenes and what was going on in the background, and I love to be in charge of things, and so, yeah, just now I work for Starrise Entertainment, which is David and John who came up here earlier. I work with them, and I'm the production coordinator and administrative support there, and so I get to. I'm learning all about what it takes in media, in all types of media, to make videos or movies, or, you know, right now here for FVTV, I'm working on sound. I'm working in the sound room, which is awesome, coming from a background of being a vocal performer, learning audio and learning how to do the background of that has been really exciting. And there's great people here that are teaching us, and so between Starrise Entertainment, the media company I work for, and you guys, I'm just getting a wonderful education. It's been great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in the film industry?
Well, I have, let's see, I haven't really been on film, I guess just my voice. and so, but I've been performing for 25 years, I guess. So yeah. I don't do it as much anymore, but hopefully with the new media company I'm involved with, maybe I'll get behind the camera sometime. This is my first time behind a camera in a long time, so. Oh, I mean, in front of. Thank you, camera guy. You're lucky you're cute. But yeah, right now, the company I work for, Starrise Entertainment, we came down here to the station to see about getting some education, to meet everybody and learn about what's going on around here. And we have just absolutely fallen in love with it. This place has been really great. And I know in Vancouver, in Clark County, there are so many people who have a big voice, who have things they want to express, who have knowledge they want to give, who care about the community and want to be involved, and they just don't know how. And so FVTV 11 has been, or is, it's a great outlet. It's a great way for people to be involved with the community. And everybody here has wonderful ideas. So if you know something, or you have an idea, or you want to get something out and you're not sure, just come by and just stop by and start talking to people. And you know, they can help you get your ideas together. And I mean, this is a giant platform for being able to be a part of the community and share your information or your knowledge or your passions.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know, you mentioned coming on down here, and something just flashed in my head is all the people that have tried to come here, and we just kind of lost contact with them, but they try to come down here and almost think that we gave them wrong directions, because it's really hard to find sometimes.
Yeah.
And so you really got to, as you're going east from St. John's, St. James Road, you got to look on the right-hand side. It's a big white business complex. And we'll be here for a little bit, but seriously, we didn't give you wrong directions. If you guys are out there listening,
At least not on
we
purpose.
are here,
Yes.
but you just got to, it's kind of tucked in behind the building, so you need to look for the trailer that's sitting outside the building.
Yeah, the front of the building is pretty much just a big square. It doesn't say right on the building from the street. It doesn't say FVTV. But if you Google Maps or MapQuest it, you'll be able to see the surrounding. Go by what's surrounding it. Don't go by the actual
Yeah.
TV station.
And you can see the
So-
numbers on the front of the building. It says 4707. That's the address of the place. But you need to go around the building to get to the FETV.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Just don't give up. Just keep looking.
yeah. So how do you like doing sound?
It's wonderful. I have great teachers in there, which is helpful. But it's wonderful. It's wonderful to. I get to hear all the content of the show. I don't wear the headset that everybody else wears, where they hear all of the staff and what's going on. I only listen to the show, and I only get to hear the show and the content, and try to make it sound as best as it can. And it's very cool. I like it a lot. Yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
We're glad you're here.
Thank you. Thank you so
You
much.
guys really bring another part of the whole dynamic together, the whole team together.
Well, we're
It's
really
nice.
Thank you. Thank you. We're at Starrise, we're really involved in community, and we've done some community projects. We're experienced with volunteering for a number of things, and we really want to be a part of the community. We think that although eventually we want to grow, we think that being involved, staying local and being involved with local business and things is very important. We have children who live here and who are growing up here, and we want to make sure that Clark County is the best it can be, because we have little ones coming up, or not so little anymore. But so we appreciate anybody who has the same passion as we do for connecting with the community and being involved. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So anyways, we're about 5 minutes to midnight. Probably everybody went to sleep on us.
Yeah.
But we're going to continue this telethon through Sunday. And we just hope everybody still gets involved and participates in this venture of ours, and continue to just kind of get more involved with us. You're more than welcome to come down. We try to keep a good atmosphere here, keep it lighthearted. We try to keep it professional, but at the same time, we keep it lighthearted, because we think it's real important that reflects upon on screen.
Yeah.
So that's really important here. So when you come in, you're going to be more than welcomed here.
Yeah, I think if too much rigid doctrine can appear almost exclusionary, if people see too much professional and don't do it this way, don't do it that way, people are going to think, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm not going to be welcome there. And it's like, no, you come in, you roll with the punches, you mess up, you carry on.
Right, exactly. We just keep plugging on. And at the same time, it's not like you're being, if it was a paid job, it'd probably be a lot worse, because people would probably be demanding something from you. But this is volunteer. We're here, it's very easygoing. We're able to work with you. If you mess up a couple times, hey, we're going to still work with you. That's part of being a family. We just keep working with you. We can't just throw you out because you screwed up. We're a family.
Yeah.
So we'd appreciate just people to still call in, send your emails. Even if we're not here, we're getting ready to go off live. But we'll be back here tomorrow, live again. I think we're probably going to shoot for afternoon, as soon as we get some sleep. But yeah, we're going to shoot for the afternoon and hit it again. And so please join us tomorrow. How many more minutes do we have, Ginger? Got 2 minute mark. You guys got anything else to say?
I think everything's been said pretty eloquently. Just if it matters to you, support it.
Okay.
Boy, I'd really like to send out my thanks to the staff. I thought you guys just did a wonderful job, and there's some great testimonies about why FVTV is important.
Yeah.
So I really appreciated that, and also to the callers tonight.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was outstanding.
Yeah, very good callers.
Yeah, to any that might have felt that we couldn't get to them in time or didn't get on, we apologize. We were pretty flooded with calls, and call in.
And by the way, this is a station that's been working with continuous improvement. I've noticed. So next time, I expect your phone calls will be
Yeah.
Have to get an extra line.
Yeah, you'll get that system down.
And I just want to say, Adrian, you do a really good job with the phone callers.
Oh, yeah, it was kind of awkward trying to juggle them, but thank you.
Yep. Thank you. And I just want to say, we got our new T-shirts that we've worked on, and if Jesse could blow that up on the screen, we'd appreciate it. But that's a new T-shirt that we designed, and so we're going to have them available to the people that want to get involved.
Is that a front and back? Is that what you just showing our two different T-shirts?
I think that's mostly that.
I think it is front and back.
Yeah, front and back. We might have to critique it a little bit more, but that's kind of the idea of our new shirt, new design.
Cool.
So, and that's the one of Clark County. Clark County. If nobody knows what Clark County looks like on a map, that's what it looks like. So, well, not that one. That's bricks. There we go.
FVTV.
So, anyways. All right, well, thank you very much for everybody participating tonight in the underground.
And thank you to the donations.
Oh, yes,
Cynthia
yeah,
and John.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
And thank you for the phone calls. This really helps us to be able to go before the board and kind of explain our new role in the community.
Yeah.
And it really helps.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you to everyone. We couldn't have done it without anyone here.
So anyways, we'll just end it with that, and then thank you for watching. It's just...
Have a good weekend, y'all.
Yep.